Hey, welcome to the 2024 spring football game here on the campus of Eufaula High School, Eufaula Tiger Stadium, between the visiting Valley High School Rams and the Eufaula High School Tigers. John Wayne, it hadn't been very long since the end of the football season. It was late November in the semifinals. It was,
I think it was in December.
Thanksgiving weekend.
No, I got cut on December the 5th, and it was a Saturday before that. So
okay,
like December the 3rd.
Later than I realized. But anyway, here we are sitting about 5 months later, and I'm always amazed how much kids change and mature from the end of one football season till the following spring. And we're about to see here in a little while how these Tigers look coming into the 2024 football season. Several people are returning this year. You got Zakai Steele, who will be a senior this year. He really looked good catching the football last year. Torian Slaughter at the running back position. He'll just be a 10th grader, but he really had some big carries for the Tigers late in the season. And, of course, we're going to be breaking in a new quarterback this year, Ty McCoy. He looked good at times, but didn't play a lot last year as a freshman, but he'll be a sophomore starting quarterback. I understand he will be getting a nod tonight, at least in the spring game. So tough schedule for the Tigers coming up. I don't have one thing I did not bring with me was the upcoming schedule, but as we looked over the schedule for this year, the Tigers have at least 6 playoff teams from last year out of their 10-game schedule. So going to be a tough schedule. They pick up Catholic out of Montgomery, who was very good. They moved up from 4A. They pick up Andalusia, both region opponents this year. Both of those have been perennial powers each year, so in the recent past. So a tough task come the fall, but tonight it's going to be the Valley Rams that the Tigers will line up against. Valley, we haven't played against Valley in quite some time. Valley used to be a heavy run option team. Who knows what they do these days?
Back in the 80s, they was a heavy team, period.
That's right. So, but it's good to see these teams get together. I think Valley has not had the kind of success recently that they have had in the past. I think their coach is his 4th year there, but he has actually been at the school longer. I think it's his 17th year overall, but 4th year as head coach. But Valley normally turns out a lot of talent year in and year out. They sent a lot of teams. I think so. I'm not certain. I hate to say that. We can look that up.
They're 6A.
They're 5.
Are they 5A?
Yeah, they're 5, and they have had a run of students lately that they started as sophomores, and that group has done well in basketball, football, baseball. They just lost out in the baseball playoffs. I think they got to the Final Four and lost Tuesday or Wednesday, maybe Tuesday, I think, in the baseball playoffs. So they had people call it a century group of athletes that come through every now and then. It was a good group of them. In basketball, I think they went undefeated one year, had a great year last year, won the state championship 2 years ago in basketball. Just a good group of athletes. Now, I understand they have a big, strong running back, and they got plenty of athletes, but apparently they do have some holes to fill.
Yeah. I did not look to see what their record was last year, which is really kind of irrelevant in this game tonight. When you lose your senior class and you got a bunch of guys coming in, it all depends on how many guys you've got returning from one year to the next. And it'll be interesting to see how these teams stack up here tonight. It's a late arriving crowd. Eufaula's got some people continue to trickle in. Valley, of course, it's a pretty good little drive from Chambers County, and they've got a sparse crowd right now. With this early kickoff, 6 o'clock, it's pretty early to travel an hour and a half and be here for a 6 o'clock kickoff. So we'll see what we have. And have any of you guys heard the format tonight? I
don't see any officials, no timekeepers or anything. So I don't.
Yeah, normally in a spring game, you might have your starters for the first 3 quarters, and then you kind of play reserves the 4th quarter. I haven't heard anything. A lot of times they do not have special teams kickoffs and things in a spring game.
Right.
But
I just saw some coaches come up, so if we want to take some commercial breaks, maybe one of us can run up there and find
upstairs?
out. I think one went down the hall, and one went upstairs. So we'll send and see what we can find out, and we'll be back with more of the spring game after this commercial timeout.
Hey, Tiger fans, Daniel Pulley here, your local Chick-fil-A Eufaula owner-operator. We are so excited to be the official sponsor of the weekly Eufaula Tiger Coaches Show for the 2022 football season. Join us for the live show at Chick-fil-A Eufaula every Thursday starting at 6 p.m. Our incredible team is ready to serve you. And don't forget, eat more chicken.
Precision Body Works is a state-of-the-art collision facility dedicated to providing customers with outstanding service and a quality repair experience. We have been serving Eufaula and the surrounding areas for over 20 years and have earned a reputation as being a premier collision repair center. Precision Body Works uses environmentally friendly PPG water-based paint and also offers 24-hour record service as well as top-of-the-line accessories from such brands as Cam Locker, Ranch Hand, Retrax, Weston, and WeatherTech. We are located at 1210 North Eufaula Avenue or call us at 334-687-4700. When it's football time, we at First Franklin Financial are big fans of our local teams, just like you. We've been part of the community for over 75 years, and when you need money for repairs or emergencies, we'll help you play offense. We offer fixed-rate loans up to $15,000 with easy payment plans and fast approvals. Visit 1ffc.com to find the location near you. Legal, all loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage License number 5656.
With the world changing all around us, everyone needs to be covered by insurance. So give Eric Glover with the Glover Agency a call and talk with Eric about auto, home, life, or last week's football game. Whatever your insurance needs, let Eric talk to you about being covered. The Glover Agency is located at 145 East Broad Street, Eufaula, Alabama. Call 334-687-0358.
Benny Whitehead Incorporated has called Eufaula home since 1965. Today, the family-owned business owns and operates 119 tractors and trailers and employs over 150 people. Benny Whitehead is nationally known as a leader in safety and keeping the air clean and fuel consumption low. Benny Whitehead Incorporated loves Eufaula and would like to wish Lakeside and Eufaula safe and successful seasons.
Hey, we're back at Tiger Stadium. We're counting down the kickoff between the Valley High School Rams and the Eufaula High School Tigers. The Tigers have yet to emerge from the locker room. Valley got here a little bit late. They continue to warm up on the field, so apparently they will not go back into the locker room before the kickoff. The Tigers warmed up just in their pants and shirts, undershirts, no shoulder pads. They've gone back in to suit it up for the game. Officials now have shown up. And John Wayne, you got an update on the format?
I talked to Coach up there, and he wasn't 100% sure, but he felt like first half would be like a normal game. Third quarter would be situational, depending on what they saw in the first two quarters. And the fourth quarter would be the young guys coming in and get an opportunity to get on the field.
It's exciting times. I can remember being a player. You get the spring game. You get a chance to get on the field and play. And it's an exciting time.
Hit somebody besides you, buddy.
That's right. And it's it gives you a little bit of excitement going into the summertime. Off-season practice. At the end of the school year, school is winding down here.
There you go. There you go. Get back on there.
All right.
All right.
Sorry about that, folks. A little interruption with the internet here is, I don't know if them hooking up the scoreboard or what, but when it kicks out, we kick out.
There we go. Yeah, we're back on. We were waiting for confirmation that we were back up, but we are. And of course, this is a spring game for the players and the PA announcer and the clock operator and the officials and for us too. So this is a game that doesn't count in the win-loss column for anyone, and we'll try to bring it to you though as good as possible.
Yeah,
that breeze does feel good as it's coming in the window here.
Order that for August.
About the schedule upcoming year, we do have the schedule in front of us now. It's Booker T. Washington. Tigers open up with Booker T. I'm trying to see if that's home or away. Did not see what home. It's a home game against Booker T. Washington August 23rd. And speaking of that, we haven't played Valley in quite some time. We haven't played Booker T. in a number of years. I can't remember the last time we played Booker T. Washington. They were successful, had a lot of success last year. And they have the big linebacker that went to Auburn this year. I guess he's not going to be on that team we played
thank
this
goodness
year.
He'll be gone this year.
Yeah. So the Tigers open with Booker T. Washington on the 23rd here at home. Then they travel to Russell County. That's a team that we haven't played in the regular season in several years. Played a preseason game, I think, 2 years ago up at Russell County. Not a regular season game. Then back home, Montgomery Catholic comes to Tiger Stadium. That will be an exciting game, the first ever between Eufaula and Catholic. Then on the road to Headland. Headland's been Eufaula got the best of Headland last year, but Headland really finished strong last year. And 2 years ago, when we went to Headland for the first time, that was a dog fight or cat fight. We almost didn't get away with a win in that one. They jumped up 14 points and maintained that lead for most of the first half. Then back home, homecoming, Carroll on September the 20th. Then another home game against Wetumpka. Wetumpka is also going back many years ago, was a region opponent for the Tigers many years ago.
You know how we got that one on there, don't you? Bear Woods is the coach that used to play with Jarrell at Troy at Wetumpka. So
that makes sense. Yes, there were some good games between Eufaula and Wetumpka about 17, 18 years ago.
And they have a new facility up there. It's very nice. New turf, everything.
And then October the 4th, back on the road to the new facility, the field turf at Greenville. I've seen it from the interstate, and saw it on television, but haven't seen it. That'll be a nice trip to Greenville. We might make a return trip to Bates House Turkey when we go to Greenville. And so,
if Charles is with us, that's where we'll be.
That's right. That's right. And then back-to-back road trips, pretty good road trips. From Greenville, we traveled to Andalusia the following week, and I'll be honest with you, I can't remember the last time Eufaula traveled to Andalusia. It would be a long, long time ago because we played them in the playoffs in 1984 and 84. But I don't know as far as going to Andalusia unless you guys can remember. So that'll be the first time in a long time. And of course, Andalusia won the 4A state championship 2 years ago.
Andalusia's got a first-class facility down there too. Don't let it fool you. They have quietly kept up with the times. They're not really close to Mobile. They're not close to Montgomery. They're not close to Dothan, so they don't get a lot of the reporting. But the indoor practice facility, whole 9 yards. They got it going on.
Did not know that. And then back home, Friday, October 25th, it'll be senior night here. Charles Henderson, the Trojans come to town. Of course, Tigers took it on the chin last year in Troy. They'll want to return the favor as the Trojans come here to Tiger Stadium. And then the final game of the season, which has become common here of late, the Tigers travel to Blakely to take on the Early County Bobcats. And I tell you, John Wayne and Doug, that has become quite the ball game to finish the year. Yeah. So if you look at that schedule, and I did not, when I was looking at the playoff teams from last year, I did not include Early County. So it could be 7 playoff teams from last year. That's a tough schedule as you look at it because the ones that didn't make the playoffs, Greenville and Wetumpka were 2 of them. In Russell County.
That's a week off before Charles Henderson, too, that looked like.
Yeah, I did not. Yeah, sure is. Week off before the Charles Henderson game. So, a lot of times the Tigers would try to take that week off before the playoffs, but that may not be the case this year. Who knows? You can't always work that out. So,
well, last year, remember, it was a
early county
scheduling
started
problem.
early,
Yeah, because I think it was Alabama had changed the weeks that they played. There was some kind of misunderstanding, and we had to change that game.
Yeah.
Last minute.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. So, but it will be here before you know it. Here we sit at the 9th of May, and the season starts August 23rd. So, what, 3.5 months? I guess 3 months, 14 days away. But
saw some of the senior guys, Browning, Anderson, and some of those when I walked in, and they're still here at school, but they're getting ready to graduate in a few weeks, and they were excited. I think he said he had one test left, but congratulations to all those seniors that took to this field last fall.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's this coming out and watching this ball game gives you funny feelings.
Oh, yeah.
You're still here at school, but you're out of eligibility. You get to watch but not play. And for a lot of these guys, they won't ever put on the pads again.
Ever again.
Congratulate Browning Anderson and Chris Dutill.
Yes, sir.
Scholarship winners from the Woodhams-Williams tournament this year. So they'll be receiving a scholarship.
Scholarships
to go to school.
Always make mom and daddies happy.
Yep. And Charles is a big part of that. We missed Charles tonight. Charles is under the weather a little bit, so but he'll be here with us in the fall. And like Valley's coming out, getting ready. We'll do the national anthem here in a few minutes, and we'll get this thing underway. So y'all talked about the format a minute ago. So the first half's pretty much like a football game.
That's our understanding. So basically, we'll basically have whoever's leading after the second quarter would be pretty much so deemed the winner of the game, I'm assuming, because the third quarter would be situational, and then the fourth quarter is going to be your freshmen and your JV guys getting a chance to play. So first two quarters, I guess you'd say, is live and for real, and then we'll go from there. But Allie's brought a pretty good group of players up here. I don't have a total count. We've got the roster in front of us, but it's probably 65 or 70 players over there on the sideline for them, I would say. So still pretty sparse crowd for Valley, as we said. They've probably got 25 to 30 people now. But Eufaula continues to have people come in pretty good. And I guess it's a school night. They've got school tomorrow, so I guess that was the thinking behind going ahead and having a 6 o'clock kickoff. But it's kind of tough to make it out to a game at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, it's a little tough, and especially if he was traveling down from Valley. Apparently, I just saw him motioning to the coach on the far side, the Valley side. I guess it's predetermined who's going to get the ball first. John Wayne's headed down to the field. He's going to be our sideline reporter again this year. We are operating a little short-handed tonight, but he's going to we bought a whole new setup for the sideline, but it's not compatible, of course. Some of those things you don't find out till last minute, but we'll go back to what we had last season if we have to make sure it works this upcoming year. We're actually trying to look at several other things, maybe a couple of different camera angles this year and some things like that to add to the broadcast. So anything to try to make it better. We are happy that we're able to show you these games live. There's some folks that's not tied in with NFHS and aren't able to do that. So I guess be thankful while we can. So until they change that.
That's right.
But we'll try to bring you what we can. As I'm going to rely heavily on Keith here, as I'm going to have to attempt to run this camera. So I hope I don't make you people seasick swinging this thing around. Charles was always great at that, and not making you sick. I mean, just running the camera. So we'll do the best we can here, and we'll have John Wayne on the sideline who will get us an update if exactly as to the score and if they're kicking extra points, if they're punting, some of the things you don't normally see at a spring game.
That's right. I'm kind of surprised that we don't have I guess maybe they're going to utilize. We may be going to use. Yes, I see the drone. I was looking for our end zone camera set up. Eufaula it. Really utilize that. One of the first teams that I remember seeing that utilized the telescoping end zone camera, but they have converted over with the times and the technology, and there's a drone flying over the south side concession stand. I had not seen it till now.
And that's so funny because what is it called? Not FDA, but the flight, whatever. They cannot bring those drones because we talked about getting pictures and stuff of crowds and stuff before. You can't bring them over the field, over the crowds. It has to stay outside the playing area but they are able to serve its purpose, and it really brings some great angles for them to scout and to teach from.
Right, and I don't know, that one may be free flying, but I know that we saw the one. I know at Enterprise and a couple other places where they actually had it tethered, where it was getting a power supply, so they never had to bring it down.
This one, I think they changed batteries at the half, and that's pretty much it. I'm pretty sure. Did y'all get a chance to talk about? I heard you say something about our new quarterback and stuff. Hold on, they're going to do the national anthem while they're walking out. One of Eufaula's strengths this year is the line. I think we have everybody back on the line.
That was my understanding, and I didn't have a chance to go through and preview the linemen, but yeah, that's a huge benefit. As you well know, continuity on the line, because there's so many calls. People that didn't play on the line, which I didn't, but people that maybe aren't as close to it don't realize how technical and how complicated it is to make the right calls and adjustments on the line with blitzes and different shifts on the front, defensive front.
We don't usually stay for the national anthem, but tonight we're going to, so we'll turn it over to the band and let them bring you the national anthem, and then we'll get started after that.
I tell you, Doug, the rain moved through. We all know this field drains very well, so playing surface should be pretty good. And of course, we'll ask John Wayne in a minute. He's down there to give us an update on that. But the weather system come through was a real reprieve. We were out working in the garden yesterday at this time. It was pretty warm and muggy this time. It's pleasant outside right now. At least the breeze coming in the window is
very, very nice. And I did hear the golf cart pulling the speakers out for pregame. It came up beside me when I was bringing stuff up. You could hear the squish from the wheels, though. But that was an hour and 15, 20 minutes before kickoff.
Well, there was a lot of rain, Phil. I haven't heard any totals, but there was a lot of rain came down middle of the afternoon today, that system that came through.
Yeah, we were south of town, and I was glad it didn't bother us, but we saw it. You could tell there was a lot being dumped on Eufaula.
Wingate has the ball on the tee, and they will kick it off. Cooper Wingate, it's a pooch kick, but it's not going to be it's just going to be fielded kind of unusual. He caught it at the 23-yard line. That's where they'll take over. There were two players. I guess you can see it. I forgot. I sometimes forget you can see what we're doing. But
well, me running this camera, don't they might not always be able to see it. I promise. I'm sorry.
Only two players back for Valley. No one out blocking. So it was just a formality only to kick the ball off. And I still like that better than just taking it.
Let's ask John Wayne real quick if he found out anything. John Wayne, you found out anything?
Can you hear me? I talked to the official, and he said the first half, just like we were told, the first half be normal ball, third quarter be situational, and the fourth quarter will be young fellas.
All right.
So there's your answer. Valley out the big back that Doug alluded to is flanked to the right of the quarterback who's in shotgun. He's going to keep it on quarterback keeper straight up the middle. He breaks the initial line of scrimmage. He's going to be tackled down. 3 Tigers on the tackle at the 28-yard line. It was Kevion Lamons, one of the Tigers in on that stop. And it looked like Jave Williams was another one of the Tigers, along with Kingston Cruz. 2nd down and 6 after the 4-yard gain. Once again, shotgun formation, back flank to the right of the quarterback. It'll be the running back this time as he takes it. He's going to have a first down as he crosses the 30, crosses the 35. He's up to the 37-yard line. Count that off right at 10 yards on that gain. So nothing special there, just a give off left tackle.
2 plays, nothing against Valley, but 2 plays, and that's the old Valley that we're used to seeing, 3 yards in a cloud of dust, but whatever works. Many years ago, that was something they did, and they were hard to stop.
And it's going to be a quarterback keeper, the quarterback around the right end, and he's going to go down for a loss of a yard. They actually had spotted that ball back to the 26-yard line, so it was only a 9-yard gain on that previous play. That's going to be a loss of a yard there. So we'll bring up a 2nd down 11. Is Tylen Carroll, the quarterback for Valley. 2nd 11 from the 35, just underway here in the spring game between the Valley High School Rams and the Eufaula High School Tigers. Shotgun formation once again, 2 receivers split wide to the left. They have a H-back and a split man wide to the right. Now the H-back in motion to the right. It'll be handoff to the running back once again. He's going to break the line of scrimmage. He's going to spin forward, finally be tackled just shy about the 44-yard line. He's shy of the 45. That running back is Antoine Lloyd. And missed the number of the Tiger that made that tackle. So that was a gain of 9 yards. So that running back has 2 carries for 18 yards. He's got 2 9-yard carries so far for Valley. 3rd down possession play, 3rd down 2 from the right hash mark. Back. This is going to be a quarterback keeper this time as he takes it to the line of scrimmage. He falls forward with the forward momentum on the pile falling forward. He'll pick up his first down. That's going to be a gain of 3 yards and another Valley first down. Just nothing fancy, Doug. Just pretty much so running in between the tackles so far.
That's it. Burning that clock. That's the way you win a lot of ball games. Keep the offense to the other side off the field. Eufaula's going to have to step up and put more folks in the box here in a minute to stop that. Is Valley has a big line up front, plus they're running that tight end slot right behind them.
So the quarterback, Carroll, hands it off to his man on a speed sweep around the left end. And nice tackle that time. Prevented a much larger gain. It was Taiwan Turner.
That was I guess that goes down as a pass. We've been over that before, but nice little gain on first down there.
He has a gain of 5 yards on first down, but if Turner doesn't make that tackle, it was going to be a first down and more down this near sideline. Really the first play that they've run outside. They did try a quarterback keeper around the end earlier that was kind of snuffed out early. This was the first time they had tried something truly around the end with some success. Counter play. Now they're going to put the ball in the air for the first time. It's complete. Missed tackle out there, but the Tigers' pursuit from the inside was able to catch up and limit that to about a gain of maybe a yard or half a yard. The first player there is Kingston Cruz for the Tigers. He came over from safety, and then the cornerback up as well. But I think that's 12 Jarrell McCray that came up. So it'll be 3rd down and 5. They said no gain on that completion. So 3rd and 5 for Valley. Will they put in the air again? Who knows? They have the quarterback and the running back in the backfield in the shotgun formation. They are going to look to throw, rolling to his left. He's going to now pull it down and run. He has the outside, and he slides. He's going to pick up a first down, though. He needed 5. He's going to get 6.
I wasn't quick enough on the camera to get that, but that was probably a good thing he slid down because Eufaula player was coming in and probably would have got a targeting penalty as he was looking to take his head off. He was able to pick up a first down.
In a spring game like this, I don't think you'd I think he probably was wise to get down because it probably would have been.
You can see the marks on the field where he slid there, but it was a good move by the quarterback to get down.
So here we go. Quarterback keeper once again. He's going to bend it off with the left side. Ben Jackson up out of the secondary to make the tackle, but not after it was after a 6-yard gain. So back-to-back 6-yard gains by the quarterback, Carroll, and Valley just continues to march the ball down the field.
Yeah, we're almost halfway through this first quarter, and they just I think it's taking 3 downs every time, but they continue to pick up the first downs. They ran a lot of quarterback draws in warm-up. I didn't really saw that here, but they got a good-looking receiver that just checked back into the ball game. He may be the one that lined up at slot there.
I don't know, a lot of shifting around. They're finally going to call a timeout. It was going to be an illegal formation more than likely. They had 3 receivers on the line of scrimmage. They didn't have anybody off, so it was going to be enough men in the backfield. So
let's take a 30-second timeout. We'll be back after this commercial break.
Somebody cannot come to us, we go to them. It's something that we do on a regular basis, something we don't mind doing, and we work on a contingency basis.
No one has to pay us any money up front.
They do not have to pay us unless we collect for them, unless we are successful in resolving their case through a settlement or through trial.
They don't have to pay us any money unless we get favorable results for them. If you're hurt in a car wreck, call Penn and Seaborn. It won't cost you anything to see if we can help.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Hey, we're back at Tiger Stadium where we're playing a spring football game between the Valley High Rams and the Eufaula Tigers, and we're at 6:09 to go in the first quarter, so right at halfway point of the first quarter. As we told you in the pregame, this is going to be a normal clock, normal game for the first 2 quarters. So then we'll have a situational scrimmage in the third quarter, and then reserves, basically a JV game in the fourth quarter. But this, so far, Valley has kept it for 5 minutes and 51 seconds. They picked up 3 first downs. They have it 2nd down and 4 from the Tiger 36-yard line. Going to hand it off and had a chance to make the tackle in the backfield. Instead, the running back slips through the hole. He's going to be that's Antron Lloyd. He's very close to his first down. It's going to be 3rd down or less than a yard. So, if I was the Valley coach, of course, he's probably pretty confident that they'll pick this up, but it looks like he has a first down from where I'm sitting.
I'm going to tell you that they've done well. They haven't jumped off sides. They hadn't missed a count and had a penalty yet. So they don't look like a spring football game for them.
Quarterback keeper. He's going to take it off the right side. He'll have his first down. He's going to get down to the 30-yard line before he's driven back, but it'll be a gain of 2, and it'll be a first down. Randy Screws in on that tackle for the Tigers, along with quite a bit of help. He had like Jameer Thomas also in there and Kevion Lamons. So first down Valley. That's the 4th first down of this possession. This is the initial possession of the game for either team, and Valley has methodically driven it downfield. 11th play. This will be the 12th play of the drive. It's going to be basically the Utah pass. Speedway. Ball's in the air, and we'll see Valley was able to come down with it. Doug, it popped up in the air. Looked like Eufaula was going to be able to recover it, but there was one Valley player there that won the jump ball. And Valley will convert.
Wound up being a pretty good gain after it popped out.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I thought that was going to be a drive-ending turnover because the ball popped way up in there. It was almost going to be like a batted ball interception. But instead, Valley came up with it, and it's about a 6-yard gain.
I just jinxed them about not making mistakes, but fortunately they got back on it.
Going to hand it off to the running back again. This time, for the first time tonight, the Tigers force a loss of yardage on this play. It's going to be a loss of a yard. So it'll bring up, I'm sorry, that's the second 1-yard loss of this possession. So it's third and 5. So Doug, I think this is the longest third down conversion situation they've had so far.
I think you're right.
So 3rd and 5 from the 25-yard line. Of course, you would think this is 4-down territory, especially in a spring game. But we'll see what they come out with. They've gone exclusively from the shotgun formation. They're going to fake the handoff. Quarterback's going to roll. It's batted down. Ben Jackson was there. I'm not sure. He had a couple of receivers behind there, but it was incomplete. It'll be 4th and 5. So this drive began back at the Valley 23-yard line. We're down to 3:44. The clock stopped on the incomplete pass. But that was the first thing that stopped the clock. We haven't had anybody run out of bounds. We haven't had an incomplete pass. It's just been a running clock. The Valley's just possessed the football. But
they will go for it.
If the Tigers can hold on this play, they would have bent but not break. And it would give the Tigers the football at their 25. There's a snap. Going to look. Going to throw a pass. It's tipped. We'll have to get the number of the player slipping the linebacker underneath that tipped that ball. But it had a player there, but the ball was tipped up and incomplete. I think that was Shamarion Smith for the Tigers. We saw Shamarion, who's back for his senior season. He made a bunch of plays last year, particularly on special teams for the Tigers. But the Tiger offense will take over 1st and 10.
They got out there in a hurry, too.
They're ready to go. We'll see Ty McCoy for the first time as the Tigers starting quarterback. 3:41 to go here in the first quarter.
Now, will Ty be a sophomore?
He will be a sophomore.
Okay, so freshman right now, sophomore here in a couple of weeks.
There's going to be a hand. No, McCoy keeps it. Short gain, a yard gain up to the 26-yard line.
I think they know this is his first start. I don't know if you noticed that time, but the corner over there, they were lined up in man on the far side. They came on a blitz from that side right off the bat. Good read by McCoy to pull it and pick up what he could.
Yeah, they kind of sold out on that. So 2nd and 9, some shifting. They shift a man out of the backfield. They shift Slaughter back into the backfield. Slaughter's going to get on a counter play, and Valley comes in from the outside on a blitz, and they bring him down for a yard loss. So it's going to be quickly. It's going to be 3rd down and 10 for the Eufaula Tigers.
So Valley kept it about 9 minutes, and so far the Tigers 2 plays and 3rd and 9, or they won't keep it but about a minute themselves. A lot of Tigers on the sideline. Good to see a bunch of kids out for the spring.
So 3rd down, call it. This is a long 10, short 9. And the pass is incomplete. It was intended for Jaden Howard, a sophomore wide receiver. Pass a little low and outside, and it's incomplete. It's 4th and 10 or 4th and 9, and we'll see what the order of business is. I'm assuming they will not punt. Surely, do they go? We were told it was a normal game. You wouldn't normally go for it in this situation, but the Tigers are doing that. McCoy throws it. It is dropped. It was intended for Jalen Wright, running back out of the backfield. And
well, you never know. I mean, Jarrell did. Who was it? Was it Pike Road last year? Somebody we played, and he surprising went for it deep in his own territory on the first possession of the game, and it kind of bit us a little bit, but we rebounded from it. So that might have just been thinking there. Let's quickly go down the sideline and see what John Wayne's got for us.
I tell you what, the Valley has a very big offensive line. Those guys look like they're averaging 6'1", 6'2", and I don't see many of them look under 280. You're talking about the rain. It's not very wet down here, but you can see the grass where the water ran off the field when that heavy rain was coming on. But it's doing pretty good. A little slipping and sliding, but not too much.
So we'll call it the 26-yard line. So Valley takes over 1 yard from where they turned it over earlier. A new quarterback in the game is going to run a quarterback keeper around the end, and Shamarion Smith, the soon-to-be senior linebacker, hustles out outside and rides him out of bounds for about a half a yard gain.
Just a heads up, we don't have a way. John Wayne is a little hot on that mic. Of course, there again, folks, we're improvising here tonight. Next time, just a little bit further away, maybe it won't be so hot. Valley with great starting field position, kind of pretty much the same spot they left off at. Now 2nd and 10.
Malachi McCullough is the quarterback. He will take it, hand it to his running back, and it is actually the quarterback who started the game who moved over to running back. That is Tylen Carroll. He picks up 5 yards on that play. That'll bring up 3rd down and 4. Did not get the number of the Tiger who made the tackle there, but 3rd and 4.
4 down territory earlier. I'm sure it probably is again, but we'll see. They may try a pass here, catch us off guard.
They're going to hand it to the starting quarterback, who's going to take it down about a yard shy of his first down. Give him 3 yards on that play. He'll get down to the 17-yard line. He needed the 16 for his first down. Actually, they're going to spot it back closer to the 18-yard line. So it's going to be fourth and 2 here.
A lot of returning starters on defense, but asking a lot out of them here, giving Valley the ball so deep in Tiger territory.
So 4th and 2. Going to be a quarterback keeper on the left end. We had a player was there to make the play, unable to do so. There's a flag coming down, and hopefully that'll be a hold out on the outside on Valley on the receiver. It would be a 1st and goal for Valley if the play stands, but look for this one to come back. It'll be the first flag. Actually, it was the first thrown flag of the game.
I tell you, that was just some athletic ability there to make the guys miss and get around the corner. Let's see what we got. Maybe, is it more than one flag? Oh, no, he's just telling him where to mark it off, I guess.
So penalty did go against Valley. That ends up being a 12-yard penalty. Block in the back is the call. So it will be 4th down again. 4th down now, 4th and 14. 4th and 14.
We better widen out here because I bet they're going to put some air under it here. I mean, they got a lot of options, Keith. They got such great athletes at running back. I mean, you turn one loose and give him some open field, he might could make something happen. 48.6 seconds left in the first quarter of the play. Valley has kept the ball almost the whole first quarter.
There's a snap. Quarterback throws a screen play, but Eufaula was there. We'll see who was there first. It was number 4, Kingston Cruz, who was there immediately. That held that to a very short gain, actually no gain on that play. So completion for no gain, and the Tiger offense takes back over with 43 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And like you said, Doug, they've virtually kept this ball. Well, they've had it for all but a minute 15 seconds of the first quarter.
Quickly out, ready to go are the Tigers. I think Chris Dutill at center was the only lineman that had to be replaced on the line. So,
going to hand it off up the middle. Going to get a little forward, pushed maybe 3 yards from the 30 to the 33-yard line. Tigers only gained a yard on their last possession. So
yeah, I'm surprised with so many returning linemen and only a 3-man front that the Tigers aren't picking up bigger yardage.
So 2nd and 7, they're going to hand it off. Going to lose yardage this time, lose about a yard. That was Jalen Wright, junior running back.
Last play.
That's going to be the last play of the quarter. And we may have to get an update from John Wayne, see what he thinks is going on when we come back from this commercial break. We'll be back with more Tiger football after this.
In 1983, the first mobile phone was introduced to the public by the Motorola Company, and that was the same year Pam Freeman started her State Farm business. For 40 years, both have saved time and money. Whether it's auto, homeowners, condo renters, personal articles, business, life, or health, Pam Freeman State Farm has been there for you. Call Pam's office and let Kathy Bennett help you with all your quotes and needs. You won't find a more helpful staff anywhere. Come by and see them at 322 East Barber Street in Eufaula or call 687-7034.
Hey, we're back at Tiger Stadium. The Tigers are going to go out with a third down. Actually, it's going to take a minute because it's quarter change. John Wayne, if you're down there, what are you seeing? What are they doing to just pretty much shut down our running game?
Well, you know, we got a new center. I don't have a name for the new center, but that nose guard looks like he's about 6'6", 320 pounds. So they're just jamming up everything in the middle and blitzing from the outside. So it's kind of hard to get to it.
Right. I was trying to see what the number of the center was as he got over the ball. Now I cannot see it. Didn't bring binoculars with me tonight, so we'll try to.
I forgot mine too.
Try to see, but either way, it's third down and 7. Tigers shift out to the right. Going to be a pass play. McCoy sets up the screen. It is complete. Blockers in front. It's going to be Slaughter who picks up the initial first down of the night for Eufaula. Very well executed setup screenplay that time, as it was a Torian Slaughter who caught that pass and took it forward for a very nice gain. It was a gain of 14 yards on that screenplay. We're still scoreless, even though Valley has kind of moved the ball, had momentum. It's still a scoreless game here in the second quarter. McCoy's going to throw it. He was right at the line of scrimmage when he let go of the football, very close to being across, and he had a man open. It was Zakai Steele he was looking for, and showed good awareness and mobility, Doug, that time to kind of move up in the pocket, keep his eyes downfield, but just a little bit errant throw and then complete. Second down 10. Slot to the near side, twin receivers to the right side. It's going to be a handoff, no quarterback keeper by McCoy. He takes it up the middle. He's going to cross midfield into Valley territory. It's going to be about a 4-yard gain when all is said and done. The snapper from the 47. He's going to take it just inside the 49. So give him 4 yards on that play. Brings up third down and manageable. Third down and 6 for the Tigers. Tigers fresh off their initial first down of the game, but the Tigers have only snapped the ball 9 times so far.
4 receivers to the left.
I never remember seeing that formation. He threw the receiver up. Nice play by Jalen Wright. McCoy, first of all, led Wright up the field, and a nice catch by Jalen Wright, but then a good move to make a man miss, and that results in a Tiger first down. They needed 6, and they picked up 7. Very nice play. Back-to-back first downs for Eufaula. They'll have it first and 10 from the 42-yard line. Motion back to the right. They'll hand it off up the middle. It's going to be a good play. Hard running by Jalen Wright that time. He took a couple of big hits, but stayed on his feet and kept his legs churning forward. Wright's going to pick up, I believe that's going to be 6 yards on that gain. They're going to spot it down at the 36-yard line. Yeah, 6 yards on that gain for Wright. So 2nd and 4. The Tiger offense finally finding some momentum. They're going to shift around. Wright's going to come back into the backfield. 10-10 to go in the second quarter. McCoy dropping back, going to throw the screen. Nice catch by Wright once again. Going to be a short gain as he takes it from the 36 down to the 32. It's going to be a first down. They're going to say it's good enough for a Tiger first down. So it'll be a 4-yard gain on that play. So, but back-to-back Tigers with 3 pass completions on this possession, Doug. They've found a little bit of rhythm through the air. Valley's going to blitz this time. The Tigers running it up inside and find short yardage, maybe 2 yards. But even so, the passing has loosened it up some. Even on that blitz play, Tigers got positive yardage, a 2-yard gain on that first down play. 9:32. Perry Denard on that carry for Eufaula. Going to hand it off inside. It's going to be Slaughter who's going to find some running room for 3 yards down to the 27-yard line.
You know, it's nice. As good as his older brother ran the ball last year, to have him just stepping right in, filling his shoes this year.
So 5 wide receivers, Valley calling a timeout. So that's the second timeout of the first half by Valley. Eufaula yet to use a timeout. But it's good to see the offense find some rhythm here, Doug. The first drive was very shaky. It was a 4 and out. Tigers went for 4th and 9 from their own 26-yard line. But this time they took over at their 30, and they've driven it. I guess they've driven it 42 yards so far.
Well, you got
3 first downs.
Basically, freshman going to be a sophomore quarterback in there at McCoy, who's seeing his first real action, and you want to get him as many snaps as you can and let him get comfortable, see what he can. Well, we know he's a great athlete, very smart kid, and he'll do great. But, there's nothing like seat time, as they like to say.
So Valley calls a timeout on defense. You can tell, it doesn't matter if you're playing cards, checkers, dominoes. A competitive person wants to win.
Exactly.
And you can tell this game means something to Valley, just the way they've approached it so far. McCoy going to let it fly downfield, has a man out there. It's going to be caught. No, the ball came out late. It was in the receiver. A great adjustment on the football down in the end zone by the Tiger receiver. That was Takai Steele. And the ball came out late. Looked like it was going to be a touchdown. It's going to be 4th down now, though, 4th down and 5.
Terrible camera angle there that's not my forte. We miss Charles doing this, but
so the Tigers will go for it here, 4th down 5. McCoy takes a snap, looking to throw. He's going to get hit late. The ball bounces up in the air. If they're going to call that
an
incomplete pass, fortunately for the Tigers, because that would have been a scoop and score for Valley.
Ooh, that big man don't get to see many of those.
No
that.
Replay, fortunately, in high school football, or that might have been a touchdown.
Not unless you're in the finals.
So a 42-yard drive for the Tigers. They start at the 30-yard line, moves it to the Valley 28, but that's going to be it.
That's probably, I know we didn't kick it very deep to start with. That's probably Valley's worst starting field position. I think that, they started the opening of the game out around the 30 or so, but it's probably backed up as they've been. So
last time they were at the 26 Eufaula.
Yeah, we gave it to them right at the barn door last time and was able to keep them out. But 8:46 to go in the second quarter. I think things change for the second half as far as the format. So Tigers, maybe they can find a way to get the ball back and get some points on the board.
It looked like the Tigers are going to convert on that touchdown pass from 28 yards, just unable to hold on to it. But if you look at game trends.
Is that the same quarterback?
I missed it. It's a 2-yard gain.
I think number 4 started in this game. Yeah, this was number 3.
Number 3. It's actually the third quarterback for Valley. They had McCullough, number 18, play. Now it's D. Dunn. D. Dunn at quarterback for Valley. 2-yard gain. Be 2nd down and 8. Going to hand it off up the middle. Running back. Going to be hit at the line of scrimmage. He's going to go down for a loss of 2 yards. The 2 yards gain on the previous play were lost on that one. And the Tigers, you could give that tackle to about half the defensive side of the ball for Eufaula, because they were really swarmed the football that time. They got good penetration up front. Big number 74, Jadarius Iglesias. I don't know how you pronounce his last name. It's Eglais, but he some of those big guys on the front, we've got some pretty good size. If you look up there on the defensive front in there right now, Doug, they really stalemated the defensive line, and then the linebackers came in and really cleaned it up.
Yeah, Kaneka sausage must sell good in Valley because them boys is big.
So 3rd and 10, pass here on the right flat is incomplete, providing the coverage for Eufaula, Jalen Parker and Kingston Cruz.
Now they're going to punt.
So this would be the first punt of the game for either team. 7:19 to go here in the first half of play. It'll be Zakai Steele dropping back deep for Eufaula. I'm sure based on the opening kickoff, this will be no rush on the punter and no tackle on the return man. There's a snap. Punter shanks it. No pressure. He shanks it. It's going to hit at the 42, bounce out at the 41. So Eufaula gets a big break on the 13-yard punt. So, Doug, I was talking about earlier, if you're looking at game trends, Valley started off with a lot of momentum on offense on their first possession. But since the first possession for each team, Eufaula has had the better end of it. It looks like the Tigers have kind of settled in and established themselves on both sides.
I'm surprised with a new quarterback, a freshman quarterback. Eufaula's run hurry up as much as they have tonight with him seeing his first action. Maybe that's a trend that's going to happen this year.
McCoy keeps it up the middle. He's going to have a first down and more as he takes it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Should be about 12 yards for Ty McCoy, the up-and-coming sophomore quarterback. Now they're going to spot it back to the 30, so give him 11 yards on that play. But either way, the longest play from scrimmage, I believe, of the night so far for the Tigers, at least the longest running play. McCoy takes it. He's going to hand it on the option around the end, but Valley played that well. They bring Atorian Slaughter down for a loss of 5 yards back to the 35-yard line. The Tigers picked up 14 on the screenplay earlier. So the longest pass play of the night is a 14-yarder on the screen, an 11-yard run by McCoy. 2nd and 15 now from the 35-yard line. Tigers got a golden opportunity here with 6:25 left to take the lead here, but they're going to need to come up with something positive here on this 3rd and 15. I mean, 2nd and 15, I'm sorry.
Delayed count. They were coming. 51 is the new center this year. He might have played on the line last year.
Man, 51 is not on our roster. Going to slip the running back out into the flats. It was a well-designed play that time as Jalen Wright slipped out into the flats. He's going to pick up 10 yards, make this much more manageable for a 3rd down. So it'll be 3rd and 5 now from the 25-yard line. Inside of 6 minutes, 5:50 and counting. We'll try to check some passing stats here when we get the halftime break, but Ty McCoy has been fairly effective throwing the football so far tonight.
Caught him.
There was movement up front.
I think he went on a delayed count, and Valley jumped.
Yep, that's going to cost them 5. So we talked about how disciplined Valley had been, but that's 2 penalties now on Valley.
Yep, down to the 20 now.
Oh.
Get in the red zone. And speaking of this year, if you're a business multi-sponsor, we'll gladly hook you up with a commercial. You could be a red zone sponsor or something. We do have some of that type stuff. Just give us a call before the fall.
So 3rd down and very short, 3rd and less than a yard. We're going to throw the ball here, and we throw it up for grabs. There was a miscommunication there of some sort, but it was 3rd and literally 6 inches, and the Tigers threw the ball, and it was nearly intercepted.
Why did the
they did. No, they gave them a 1st down. So that was a 1st down play.
Okay.
They had not moved the chains. They moved the chains after the 1st down play.
Not the regular chain crew over there neither. I know those guys. Played golf with one of them today. So
McCoy, the quarterback for the Tigers, motion back to the left side. McCoy's gonna keep it. That was not a good read that time.
For us to have so many folks coming back on the offensive line, there's an awful lot of white shirts, and I hate to bash the line because that was my bread and butter back in the days. But geez, there's a lot of white shirts in the backfield.
So the last 2 running plays for Eufaula have lost 9 yards combined, a loss of 5 and then a loss of 4 on that play. Once promised some drive, it's got facing a 3rd and 14 from the 24-yard line. McCoy takes it. He drops back. He's looking to throw. He's going to pull it down now and look to run. He breaks initial containment, takes inside the 20 down to the 18. And would we see possibly Davis Wingate here? it's definitely right at his range. It's a scoreless game with 4:33 and the clock rolling here.
There he goes.
So that was a gain of 6 on that scramble by McCoy. That may be just enough. It'll be a 35-yard field goal attempt for Davis Wingate from the left hash mark.
Looks like McCoy is doing the holding.
Cooper Wingate, the soon-to-be junior place kicker for the Tigers. He's been kicking since the 8th grade. And it's going to be wide left, no good. That just didn't look in sync from the beginning. The snap kind of rolled back.
That's a big part of it. You know, you'd think no rush and he would be pretty much automatic, but, you know, that kind of throws everything off. So, yeah, it's just kind of like having a waltz or fly land on your golf ball right as you're getting ready to hit. It is distracting, and you know, usually he's pretty. I don't want to say totally automatic, but he's pretty darn good even from that range. But keeps the scoreboard at zeros. Tell you what, let's go with John Wayne real quick and see if he's found out anything interesting. John Wayne, you got it?
Yes, sir. One thing I noticed on Valley's defense, they just got 3 men down rushing, but their outside linebackers are coming almost every play, and their safeties are picking up our receivers. So the flats are open almost every play when Tigers go on offense. The flats are open.
With the 4th quarterback of the night for Valley, they're going to hand it off to the original starting quarterback, and he's going to take it for no gain. So from the 20-yard lines where Valley snapped that ball, it'll be 2nd down and 10. 4th possession for Valley.
You know, anything could happen. They could break a big play, but you think here they may just be wanting to get to halftime because they kind of started out with some momentum and doing some things, and they've kind of regressed here. Eufaula hadn't moved it a lot, but they've been the more aggressor, I guess, in the 2nd quarter.
Going to hand it to the running back once again. He'll be stacked up there and go down for no gain. So back to back.
Take a timeout here, or?
Well, they have 3.
3:03 and clock rolling. Let's bring up 3rd and long.
You know, with 3 timeouts, they can use them on offense. I think they're deciding to see what happens here on this 3rd down play. They might use it after the 3rd down play if Valley runs it into the line.
Play clocks are working, as you can see.
So 3rd down 10 from the 20-yard line of Valley, under 3 minutes at 2:35 and counting. Valley with receivers to either side now, motion back across to the right side. So 3 receivers to the right, rolling to the right. Quarterback going to throw it back across the field. Diving attempt. It would have been a 1st down if the receiver could have come up with the reception, but incomplete.
Stops the clock.
That stops the clock. Eufaula can save their timeout. That stops the clock with 2:23. So 3 plays, no yardage for Valley. They will punt it from the 20-yard line. The last time they punted, well, the only punt of the game was a 13-yard shank. So we'll see what happens here.
See how they're not returning. Get a little closer shot here on the snapper, the snap, and the kicker for Valley. 17 is a long snapper.
So Zakai Steele stands 34 yards back of the line of scrimmage. Based on the last punt, he's giving them a lot of respect. It's a shank, once again, almost a carbon copy of the one before. This time it's going to end up being a 13-yard punt. It'll roll dead at the 33-yard line. So
Tigers will have another shot at it.
With 2:16 to go in the first half. You know, you always want to win, so you got great situation. We're talking about the 3rd quarter being situational. Doug, 2:16 on the clock, 3 timeouts. You've got it at the opponent's 33-yard line with a chance to score and win the spring jamboree. Pass over the middle, had his man there running open. It was Thomas Hill, and unfortunately the pass sailed a little bit for the young quarterback, Ty McCoy. Sometimes you see a receiver running wide open. If Hill could have caught that ball clean, he would have had a chance. He'd have had to make someone miss, but he had a chance of scoring on that play. Instead, it's second down and 10. McCoy takes it. He's going to pull it down now. He's going to be sacked for a loss of a yard. Actually, they spotted that. I guess they spotted it just shy of the 34 to start this possession. So we'll call that a loss of yard. So Tigers still have their 3 timeouts in their back pocket. 1:51 and counting. Third down 11 here from the Valley 35-yard line. Three receivers to the wide side right. One is Thomas Hill to the left. It's Slaughter in the backfield with McCoy. McCoy going to throw it. It's a wide receiver tunnel screen. Takes it forward for positive yardage inside the 30 to the 27-yard line. So that's a gain of 7 yards. It'll be fourth down to the Tigers. Use a timeout. They keep the timeout in their back pocket. Possibly use it if they don't convert here.
It's a little longer field goal. They're going to go for it here, 4th and 4, try to pick up the first down.
No huddle. The Tigers, as Jug alluded to earlier, going fast.
They try to draw them. Nope.
McCoy drops back. He throws it, has a man there. Slaughter coming across the field. He's going to pick up his first down. And they flag on the play as he was tackled by the face mask. So 55 seconds. The Tigers still with 3 timeouts. They'll have a first down. That should be half the distance to the goal. They needed 4. They picked up 5 through the air, no less. And that should be about another 11 or 12 yards. As Tigers should have it 1st and 10 from just outside the 10-yard line.
Still 3 timeouts, under a minute. Tigers up, ready to go. Ball just outside the 10.
So the Tigers convert on 4th down. That was a nice play call, a good throw, good execution. McCoy drops back. He's going to throw it underneath. Kind of the official was in the way that time. They had slipped Torian Slaughter out of the backfield. He was open, but the official was in between Slaughter and McCoy was not able to pick him up with an accurate throw. 2nd down and 10.
I mean, do you throw it? Do you run it back to the center to try to set up a field goal if it comes down to that? 2 penalties in the first half, I think both on Valley. That was a big one to get the Tigers right here and they get somebody.
Valley's going to call their last timeout. So Tigers still with 52.6 seconds. They still have 3 timeouts remaining. So Valley now out of timeouts.
All right, John Wayne's right down there on the goal line somewhere a minute ago. Let's see what he's got for us.
One thing I noticed, Ben Jackson is your new long snapper, and you know that last snap on the field goal was a little weak, so I looked over here, and Wingate was on his knee with the puck in front of him, and he was helping Ben get those snaps in a good hot shot fashion. So he recognized the timing was off, and then these boys got on the sideline and worked together. So hopefully, if they get to that opportunity again, it'll be a good snap, good kick, and Tigers will win this first half.
Yeah. We take a 3-0 win. 7-0 would be even better. I'd like for him to be making that snap on an extra point here after the Tigers convert here from the 11-yard line. Tigers was 2nd down, so the Tigers with 2 more shots before a potential field goal. The thing about it, the Tigers are on the right hash mark here. It'd be a very tough angle on wet field if they don't. They're going to run it here up the middle. It's going to be Jalen Wright, but he stays right on the hash mark. He does pick up some positive yardage, gain of about
7.
Yeah, about 4.
I tell you what, and that's you got to remember too. Of course, another timeout. Tigers take a timeout this time. Folks, this is high school football, so the hash marks are wider than college and NFL by far. So the closer he gets on that right hash makes that angle real tough to kick back through.
Well, I tell you
what. You
can
see the ball where the ball is there and the goal, and it just,
for a right-footed kicker, a left hash kick in theory should be easier than a right hash kick because you're either pushing or pulling. So
I'd rather come through than try to push it through. Me personally, and I did some kicking, but I was straight away. That tells you how long ago it was. But I would rather kick from the right hash mark than
think so?
the left. But what do you do here? I mean, is
If you run-
Valley expecting you to run it to the middle to try to set up a field goal? Do you try to hit the end zone somehow, or it's a little chess
if we
match.
center it up, it's essentially an extra point.
Yeah.
And so I mean, it all depends here with 50 seconds to go. Certainly, the Tigers would rather score a touchdown, but if you put it in the air here and you do not convert, then you've got a very tough angle for your potential field goal.
50 seconds. So I mean, we run 2 plays and only basically used 7 seconds, I think.
Tigers with 2 more timeouts. They're going to throw it wide. It's Slaughter, and he is going to be tackled for a loss. So that kind of makes your decision. Now,
left hash.
Now it's going to be left hash, but he's further back because that was back at the 9-yard line. That play lost 2 yards. It was a good throw, good timing. It was just a better play by the Valley defense. They got out there.
I'm not sure who took I guess hadn't come off the
board. It had to be
yet.
us.
Yeah, it had to be. Tell you what, we'll have to get with Zane and Joey. We need a new coat of paint on them goalposts down there.
Yeah, that's true. Surely, I haven't looked down here to see where Wingate is, but you would think
he's standing right there at the 23-yard line.
Yeah, he's still on the sidelines though. We're apparently going to go for it here with a chance to kick a field goal and win the game, win the half. I don't understand that. I don't quite understand that.
So it's
fourth down after the Tigers lost yardage. They lost 2. Going to throw it. It's going to be intercepted. And that's actually so Valley will have it their 6-yard line after the interception with 39.4 seconds to go.
I don't think they won't air it out here though.
Well, kind of puzzling decision there. I don't know. Maybe it's sportsmanship. You just want to earn it with a
hey, I got to give a shout out. She ain't gonna like this, folks, but oh well, it's on me. That's gonna be the first time I'm in trouble. Our trainer, church member, Miss Mayo, will be having her first real soon, and she's still working. Due any day. She's a go-getter now.
Now she is going to get you for zooming in on her. I tell you,
I didn't zoom in too fast.
I'm going to tell you what. I do not have one picture of my wife when she was pregnant with our first child. She wouldn't let me take any pictures. Of course, that was back before cell cameras. Man, it was almost a safety. We had a chance at a safety. If we could have brought him down the end zone, that would have been a potential 2-0 victory. As it is, Tigers have not used their timeout, so Valley can run this out.
Wait a minute now. You said that was before cell phones. It wasn't before might have been before cell phone cameras. There were cell phones back in the mid-'80s.
There was cell phones, but nobody had them around here. They were like
big
old
one
bricks.
In 1986. It was the big case when it came from Southern Open or whatever in Columbus. There was only 2 towers, one in Columbus and one in Montgomery at the time. But
the first
one,
the
cameras wasn't on there.
The first one I got was a bag phone. It was like 1990.
We were still a long way from
maybe
we were still paging.
That's right. Yeah. I had a pager after that, but no, there was no cell phone cameras, let's say.
Halftime.
And, kids today, if you took a picture with a 35mm camera, you had no idea what that picture looked like till you took it and had it developed.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, I can. Harco Drugs sent off many of negatives to be developed for me, and you did good if you got them back in 2 to 3 days. I mean, that was a quick turnaround, but
yeah,
times is a change.
Times are certainly different, and who would have thought that you could walk around and watch television on a device in your hand? I mean, that would be like Star Trek or something. I mean,
that was John Wayne was getting the update from Coach Jernigan there. Let's go down and see what he had to say. Take it away, John Wayne.
That's so I asked Coach, I said, McCoy being a very young quarterback, He didn't make any terrible decisions. I mean, he stepped up in the pocket well and didn't make any real terrible decisions. But he said he kind of questioned. He said he's looked a whole lot better in practice. So he thinks he's just a little starstruck. He's just a little excited because of what's going on in third quarter situational. So he hopes to see him get an opportunity to get some more good throws in. So, but he was really talking. I think he expected more from what he saw in practice this spring.
Well, he's definitely, apparently, McCoy's the guy. This Valley threw, 4 quarterbacks out there, and got to look at all those. Tigers going with McCoy, and he's going to be a great athlete. Yeah, I've heard a few folks say he looked like the coach did in his younger days. I don't think he's as quick, but he's definitely an athlete.
Well, it'll be interesting to see who trots out there in the fourth quarter because, last year Ty was the backup quarterback as a freshman, and we had no idea who's behind him. So it'll be very interesting to see who comes out to play quarterback in the fourth quarter.
Well, Ben has some experience there. I guess he would probably be the backup, but
maybe. Ben, obviously, Ben Jackson, the starting safety on defense. So, and of course, I think this is wrong on the roster we're looking at. It has Ben Jackson listed as a junior on this roster, but is Ben not an upcoming senior?
He should be an upcoming senior.
Yeah. So anyway, our rosters do have the position and the grade on there. Of course, they've updated some of them because they've got Zakai Steele as a senior. Jave Williams is listed as a senior. Shamarion Smith. You can tell some of these guys, Jave Williams being one of them, Shamarion Smith being another. You can just tell they've matured some. They've gotten bigger since the end of the 2023 season. So
Keith, I heard you talking about the view being changed. I just realized some of those are they living in those apartments and houses yet?
I don't know. I hate to say it. I don't know.
I don't know either. And contrary to what everybody thinks, no, we're not Gulf Shores, and we're not building that for student athletes. But that does look like something that would go on down there. But they're not in our classification anymore, so that's water under the bridge.
Speaking of that, have you heard who is succeeding Alvin Briggs as the director of the Alabama High School Athletic Association? Have you heard? I mean, I don't know. I haven't heard anything.
I can't comment.
Okay, that's fine. Well, when you brought up Gulf Shores, it automatically made me think of the fact that there was an investigation going on that we never heard any outcome of it.
Because they didn't lose. If they had lost, they'd have probably had to forfeit all those games. Alvin will actually be here for the dinner. I take that back. He's not sure about the dinner, but he will be here for the golf tournament on the 8th. So
8th of June.
You can just pose that question at that time.
Well, you know what? He won't be. He'll be retired by that time, right?
I know. I think he goes till the end of the summer. I can't.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, but
So
I don't remember.
He probably still will be not at liberty to comment, I would imagine.
It will be off the record, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And he didn't serve a long time, but my goodness, he'd made some. There's been some crazy changes in high school. Things that have floated down, a bunch of controversial things that got thrown in his lap. I think back to the was it basketball when one of the schools, the religion wouldn't let them play on Saturday or something, and they knew that going in. So I think that they have done a great job, and he's made the right decisions on a lot of that stuff. But Alvin has done a great job since he's been in there. Of course, he's a close personal friend, and I think a lot of him, but he's done a great job.
Yeah,
they got a good crew up there. Ron Ingram Ron helps me tremendously when things we need to know about broadcasting or just anything that goes on. Ron remembers. I mean, he worked in Dothan. He was a sports editor at Birmingham newspaper. But he just remembers plays he'll reel off something from that happened way back. He was talking not long ago, and he was actually talking about Jarrell. He said there's a record. He said, I don't say this about much, but there's a record that will never be broken in high school football. I'm thinking, wow, that's a bold statement. A record is never going to be broken. But he went on to talk about Jarrell. I think it was in the Alabama-Mississippi game, was playing quarterback. And he went to throw a pass close to the end zone, and it was tipped up in the air. Jarrell caught it, ran it for a touchdown. So he actually got credit for a pass to himself for a touchdown.
So he got a touchdown pass and a touchdown reception in the same play.
All in the same one. And I was like, yeah, that'd be pretty tough to top. But, Ron just knows those things off the top of his head.
Yeah, and Ron's a nice guy, too. I mean, he's a really nice guy. So, but Ron's been doing it a long time.
Yes, he has. Yeah, I keep, I want him to hang around a long time, but I keep thinking that if you would ask me who would have retired first, I would have bet it would have been Ron. But he loves what he's doing. His health is good, and more power to him. I hope he keeps doing it.
That's right. Of course, everyone knows Alvin played for Coach Woodham in Greenville when Coach Woodham was down there. So be interested to see what Alvin's still a relatively young man. So
Alvin looks like he could still play. Alvin played at Auburn, and then he played, I think it was Dallas. I know Dallas part of the time. I don't know if he played with another franchise, but Alvin knows a little bit about the pigskin. Sure does.
That's right. So we'll see as we come back for the third quarter. It will be situational, as we mentioned earlier in this broadcast. Don't know exactly what that's going to be. I'm assuming they're going to put different downs and distances on the on the down markers and let the teams try to convert. I'm assuming. I really don't know.
Situational
I don't know.
To me, so.
I don't know that I've ever seen that in a jamboree or a scrimmage before that be done, but we're going to see it here in a little while. So neither team has made their way back out on the field. For some reason, Valley is not utilizing the visiting locker room. I don't know why. Maybe I don't know if it flooded, but they're actually down there in the far end zone by the flagpole.
Well, I don't think it's air conditioned. It's bigger and remodeled over the years and recently. But, you can't order much cooler and nicer weather with a cool breeze. You can see the flag right over their head. This is pretty comfortable outside right now. So they probably can get it'd be hard for me to want to go inside when it feels the way it does.
That's true.
Right now,
That's true. That may be the reason why. But this is about as good a weather, other than the dampness, that you could have asked for this on the 9th day of May.
All right, we're going to take a couple of commercial breaks. Gives Keith a chance to catch his breath here, and we'll be back to the Brown Heating and Air Conditioning broadcast booth after these commercial breaks.
Of all the improvements you can make to your home, it could be the most important is not seen or heard, only felt. The ultra-quiet, energy-efficient Carrier Infinity Home Comfort System provides premium comfort with a whole home air purifier that gives you confidence you're breathing healthier air. It's an essential part of any healthy home.
Attention contractors, is your metal roofing provider slowing you down? Apex Metal Express fills orders within a week. 40-year finish warranty, 17 different colors, and multiple truss styles. Work more and wait less.
Barber County's original newspaper for local news is the Clayton Record. The Clayton Record is a Cherry Hill media publication that has been around for over 150 years, covering Barber County and the surrounding area. Online and print subscriptions are available starting as low as $2.99 per month. Call them today to sign up and never miss what's going on. Visit www.claytonrecord.com or call 334-775-3254. Covering the county from the county seat, the Clayton Record.
In 1983, the first mobile phone was introduced to the public by the Motorola Company, and that was the same year Pam Freeman started her State Farm business. For 40 years, both have saved time and money. Whether it's auto, homeowners, condo renters, personal articles, business, life, or health, Pam Freeman State Farm has been there for you. Call Pam's office and let Kathy Bennett help you with all your quotes and needs. You won't find a more helpful staff anywhere. Come by and see them at 322 East Barber Street in Eufaula or call 687-7034.
R.W. Wingate & Company is a full-service accounting firm and a supporter of Eufaula High Athletics. They're located at 102 North Orange Avenue, Eufaula, Alabama, but licensed in multiple states. Richard W. Wingate has over 25 years' experience in public accounting, and the firm's services include personal and business tax preparation, bookkeeping, sales tax preparation, payroll services, audit of nonprofit and government entities, and business consultation. When doing extra is the point, contact R.W. Wingate and Company for your accounting needs. Good call or bad call, officials always have the final say in sports. And at Alpha Insurance, we know it's important for you to have the final say on the insurance plan we build for you. You'll have peace of mind knowing we will work hard to get you the lowest rates and best discounts available. Alpha Insurance, always a good call. In Eufaula, call Alpha agent Keith Bryan at 334-687-8268 or stop by our office at 1326A South Eufaula Avenue.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof.
At Mid-South Bank, we pride ourselves on being the friendliest and most helpful bank in town. For over 100 years, we've been helping families prosper and helping businesses grow. Mid-South Bank is a local bank with local people making local decisions. We're a community bank who will always be there when you need us. Whatever banking services you need, we're here to help. Visit us today or online at bankmidsouth.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Hey, we're back at Tiger Stadium as neither team has made their way back on the field. We have got a specialist or two. We see Cooper Wingate making his way out, but apparently they're going to take a delayed halftime intermission here. And, of course, you know, this is all about practice, really, as we will see as the third quarter gets started with the situational scrimmage here in the third quarter. But it's just about trying to improve and get better. And just like John Wayne said, Doug, you know, the kids have looked good in practice, and I know that I'd heard good reports. They were very high on this team coming out of spring, but you never know till you suit up against somebody else. And so the Tigers, you know, mixed bag. That the offense and the defense kind of started slow, but for the last quarter and a half, the Tigers got the better of the scrimmage, I would say.
Yeah, the first quarter, Valley kept the ball almost the whole time. I think you got to definitely say they kind of won the first quarter, but the second quarter it was more Eufaula moved the ball better, and really and truly it was I don't know why, you know, maybe Drell didn't want to win 3-0, but that first half, generally in a scrimmage game, your first half is the game. I guess it depends on which side you're on, because, you know, if you lose the first half but you win the second half, or win overall score. What you tell other folks when you go back home sometimes is, I guess it depends on which half you won. But you know, both teams are 5A teams, going to be 5A teams this year. Both teams have some good-looking athletes, and Eufaula's real young, but I think you'll see a lot. Both teams have tough regions too. Now Eufaula used to. I'll be honest. Our region, I think, was one of the weaker regions for years, from top to bottom. But I think I'm trying to remember, is it Clay Central or Clay something? Beauregard was thought highly of early. There was a couple of teams, I'd have to look it up online, in Valley's region last year that were just tough. Booker T. Washington was showed out, and they were
really surprised a lot of people because they made a pretty good run in the playoffs too. Yes. They won. They made it to the second or third round. Doug, I just was looking at this as we were talking about the first half, and I haven't looked at. I should have been doing that while during the timeout. We were talking about all kinds of different things from cataract surgery and everything else. But Valley with 52 yards of offense on their first possession, 8 yards of offense after their first possession. They had 60 yards altogether, but only 8 after their first possession. We'll have to look. Eufaula only had 1 yard on their first possession, and then they were able to to establish some things after that. 42 on their second possession. They had 18 yards on their third possession, and then they moved the ball 28 yards on the third possession. So Eufaula won the total yardage in the first half, but scoreless on the scoreboard. The Tigers elect not to kick the chip shot field goal, and it ends in a scoreless tie. So it doesn't look like either team is really in that much of a hurry, Doug. John Wayne's just kind of hanging out down there.
Ready to go, John Wayne?
Might as well just see what he said. I think he's got some something to add to the broadcast here. He's down there kind of chilling about the 20-yard line.
Yeah, so I talked to Forrest Stevens' dad down at the concession stand at halftime, and I think Forrest may be your fourth quarter quarterback. He's an 8th grader right now going into the 9th, and Dad said he's really, really nervous about getting this fourth quarter, so that may be your quarterback. And then I saw Patrick Cruz out here a while ago, and Patrick's at Georgia Tech. He said all his grades are doing well, so everything's going good for Patrick out at Georgia Tech.
Well, that's great. That's good to hear. I loosely kept up with Patrick last year. I'm not sure. I'm assuming he redshirted last year.
He actually made the traveling squad about halfway through, but yeah, they kept the red shirt on him. And Patrick, somebody was asking me the other day. I just like Patrick. Great family, great kid. And they were talking about how Rah had left and went to Mississippi State, made freshman All-American. Then he went to Georgia, and now he's doing super well at Georgia. And then you had Yanze, at Alabama. You got different players. And then they forget about Patrick a little bit. But Patrick, they were like, well, you think Patrick's going to transfer to a major school? And I said, you know what? He probably could, but I really think his loyalty lies with Georgia Tech because they stayed with him, through thick and thin. And I just think he's a very loyal type kid. And, I don't know. I haven't talked to him and I don't know anything. But, of course, if that opportunity presented itself, you never know what somebody would do. But I think he's at home at Georgia Tech.
Yeah, and he's not very far from home at all. I mean, Georgia Tech, 2 hours and 245 minutes at the most away from Eufaula.
His dad sits right down here in spots on Friday nights and is able to get up on Saturday mornings and even make the early games, and there's a lot to be said for that.
That's right. So yeah, that's good. And like I said, I haven't seen Big Pat since last football season, so it'd be interesting to see how he develops over the course of his career at Georgia Tech.
I'll tell you what, I'm sure they're working on him in the weight room. Big Pat, what was he, 6'9"? Big old young man, but if I was in an alleyway and needed somebody on my side, I'd like to have Pat before. But I'm sure after he's on the weight program up there a little bit, he's definitely somebody you want on your side in a situation like that. But a great kid. Think the world of him and wish him the best.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something else. I'm talking about big kids, but number 97 for Eufaula, Xavier Dennis. He's an up and coming senior. He's down there in street clothes, but he, from where we stand here, he's standing beside Coach Mayo. Coach Mayo is a big youngin himself, but Dennis is filled out a lot. He is a big kid now.
I was talking to Jarrell a few weeks ago, and I asked him about Dennis, and he told me I think they're expecting big things from him, and they're wanting him to step up a little bit more. I don't know if he was injured or whatever at the time, but they're definitely counting on him a lot this year, not playing in this game, but they're wanting him to step up and be a leader, and that was one thing last year's group, or especially a couple of years ago, Tigers need somebody. I'm sure McCoy's going to be it in a few years, but somebody to kind of lead the team. It's just you hadn't seen that like you see on a lot of teams where you got one or two folks that everybody looks up to, especially in a dire situation. It's just kind of everybody looking around at each other. Team leaders are important.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, Forrest Stevenson, number 17, down here warming up. He's a incoming ninth grade quarterback. So he's actually in the 8th grade over at the middle school right now. So Yeah, that's a pretty big situation for an 8th grader to get into a game like this here at Tiger Stadium. So
yeah, and the way Valley's been blitzing earlier, I'm sure he's seeing that on the sideline. So, man, I'd probably just be watching the oncoming rush and miss the ball if they go shotgun with him right off the bat. But who knows? I'm not sure. Somebody sent me a text and asked me a question about the gold helmets on the sideline for Eufaula. I have no idea. Maybe that's a question for John Wayne to find out. I don't know if we maybe some new helmets or if that's some from the middle school.
Middle school, because probably I'd be surprised. Stevenson, we mentioned, he's listed as a 9th grader, so I'm assuming he's in the 8th grade, going to be a 9th grader. I know 13 is wearing a gold helmet. He is listed as a 9th grader, so I wouldn't be a bit surprised if I see 31 down there in a gold helmet. He is a 9th grader. Probably every one of those gold helmets are 9th graders.
Tell you what, now I see a 79 and a couple of others standing there in the group just above the tent.
79 is a 9th grader according to the roster.
He's going to be a 9th grader.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what, I need to go to dinner with him because he knows the best place to get ribs. I'm telling you. He's going to be a big old young fella. Yeah, we need some size.
Yeah, there's another kid just cleared the tent. He's actually carrying a little weight on him as well, 77. Let's see, that's Grayson Mann. Now, he's listed as a 10th grader, so that breaks my theory right there. So we've got, but 79 is Tyron Turner. He is a 9th grader. So it looks like just about every one of the people in the gold helmets. Nyan Smith is actually listed as a linebacker and an 8th grader. He is at number 25. So he is this is an 8th grader down there. He's in the gold helmet as well. So here we go, 3rd quarter, situational football, folks. We'll figure out what it is when you see it, because it looks like.
Let's see if John Wayne got us an answer. We'll go to him real quick.
I have no idea what they're fixing to do. Looks like we're on defense.
Offense.
No, we're on offense. It looks like 25 and in. I don't know if we'll do 25 and in, then they'll do 25 and in. Let's see if Coach.
So yeah, we're gonna go Tigers with the football, moving toward the south end zone.
He just. What'd you find out?
Yeah, we're gonna do 25 and in, then we'll turn around. They'll do 25 and in.
All right.
The Tigers, 2 receivers to either side, ball right in the center of the field. McCoy in shotgun formation. He'll take the snap. He's going to look to throw. He's going to be sacked. He goes down for a loss back to the 31-yard line.
He looked a long time. That was a good job by number 1 picking up a blitz coming from the Eufaula side. But he'll get where he sees that single coverage, and if they're going to blitz, you take your shot on single coverage. But that's just something that'll come with time. Valley, don't think Valley didn't know this is his first go around back there. They're going to put some pressure on him.
So Valley in a 3-man front. They have 1 man he will come now in delayed blitz. McCoy's going to throw it late. He throws it complete. It's going to be Jalen Wright. They pick up the 6 yards they lost plus 4 yards, almost 5 yards. So that's a nice gain. That's a 10-yard gain on that play.
Got a little extra there with the second effort.
Wright has looked good here tonight. He will be a junior next year for the Tigers. 3rd down, 3rd and long 5. McCoy's going to throw it. He has a man there. Complete. He held on to it at the 5-yard line. That was a very nice catch. That's the first catch of the night for Zakai Steele. Steele, of course, a very valuable return man for the Tigers last year. Made some very big catches in certain situations for Eufaula. And that play was a big one because it converted.
Good to see his hands as a receiver. We know how big it is to have a return. A few years ago, we saw what it was like not to have return people, but he's got good hands.
That was a 16-yard gain over the middle. So nice play, nice throw and catch. McCoy's going to keep it this time. Don't know if that was a read or not. If it was a read, I'm not sure if Wright would have had anything working on the outside, but there definitely wasn't anything up the middle for from McCoy. So that play loses. It was first and goal from the 5. It loses 4 yards. So second goal from the 9 now. Still a scoreless game here. 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. McCoy takes it. He's looking to throw. He's going to throw it. It's a timing route. It sailed over the head of everyone. So it'll be fourth and goal from the 9. So here.
They're giving him a lot to look at. I'm going to tell you, that time it looked like they were coming on a blitz from the low side here. And right at the last second, they dropped back into coverage. So, yeah, they're giving the young guy a lot to look at.
So with the situational football, you wonder, can we opt to kick the field goal? Or apparently we're not going to do so. I don't know if that's even an option. But they've got third, but it's actually should be fourth and goal, I think. No, it is third and goal. Third and goal. Sorry. Tipped, incomplete. Had 2 men running kind of post routes, one kind of a shallow post, the other deeper post, and it got tipped. So it will be Wingate coming in for the field goal.
Is it me? And it maybe this is coming from his baseball he's been playing recently, but I saw McCoy in a JV game last year, and it seemed like he was more of a passer. He's a thrower right now because he's throwing darts. I mean, some of these he needs to just be a little bit softer and give his receivers a chance to gather it in.
There's a snap. Good snap that time. Good spot. The kick is up, and it made it through, but barely made it through.
There's nowhere on there for comments. Just put 3 points up there. We got a big right tackle down. Who's number 73? I've noticed him a couple of times tonight.
It is Ethan Johnson.
He's going to be a good-sized young man.
Yeah, Ethan Johnson. He is a upcoming junior, according to this. So I guess that was a 26-yard field goal.
And it'll be Valley's turn here. We'll see. You know, they did try to air it out a little bit in the first half, but mainly just especially the start of the game, which was probably a good idea to get the nerves down. They just came and kind of ran it right at Eufaula. Eufaula's going to have a 4-man front. Well, they started the game with a 3-man front.
Shotgun formation once again for Valley. They will kind of run the Utah pass, and a good play. Zipping up out of the secondary that time. It looks like, so 7. His number 7 is not very bright. I cannot tell from here what number, but Shamarion Smith has made a couple of big plays in that defense already tonight, and I look for the upcoming senior to have a big year for Eufaula. Yeah, when you zoom in on it, I see the 7, but for whatever reasons, I'm not seeing it.
People don't realize it's tough to pick some of those up sometimes, especially the older we get, or I get.
Yeah. Second down and 15 on the 5-yard loss. Valley from the 30, actually about the 31-yard line. It was almost 6 yards. They're going to run a quarterback keeper. He's going to cut up the middle. He finds some running room. He picks up the 6 yards he lost, plus, actually just the 6 yards. Well, they're going to move him forward to about the 24, so give him a 7-yard gain on that play. So it'll be 3rd and 9. Valley has not picked up a first down since their first possession of the game. They picked up 52 yards and 4 first downs on their first possession of the game. No first down since. So
great adjustment by the defense. New quarterback, isn't it?
Can't tell. I think so. I think he played a little bit at the
end.
He
played in the first half. But
so he's going to roll out to the right. He threw a pretty good pass. It's incomplete. That was thrown a little bit hot into the outside, and it was incomplete, intended for number 11 for Valley. That would be Kelvin Carroll. I wonder if he's related to the player who started the game at quarterback, Tylen Carroll. More than likely, he is so.
So 4th down. No field goal attempt. They're going to go for it here.
Yeah, it'd be a long
way for them, yeah.
So 4th and 9 from the 24-yard line.
Nobody deep in the middle for the Tigers.
Takes a snap, looking to throw. They're going to throw it out in the flat. It's incomplete. Ben flying up was Ben Jackson. I think even if it was an accurate pass, Jackson had that covered. It would not have picked up the first down. So it's going to be a turnover on down. So it'll be Eufaula's offense coming out and taking over at the 25-yard line.
Be nice to see the Tigers get one in the end zone here. They've been close, but hadn't been able to punch it in. But they'll have another chance here.
I'm going to tell you, Doug.
They got a clock running, so I guess they'll just do it the whole time.
Well, I was a little concerned about the defense to begin with, but they really have adjusted. I mean, Valley without a first down.
They had 12. One went off. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11.
So from the 25-yard line, going to run the I don't know if that was a Wildcat or it's just a new quarterback in the game. Is that number 1? Is that
it is
Jalen Wright? So it's just a handoff up the middle, 2-yard gain. Wright has had a good game so far for Eufaula.
22 at running back.
So that'll be Perry Denard. 2nd and 8 from the 23-yard line. Wright takes it. He hands it to Denard. Denard breaks the initial line of scrimmage. He fights for yardage inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. So Denard with 5 yards on that play. So a 2-yard gain on first down, a 5-yard gain on that play for Denard. It'll be 3rd and 3. Denard will be a 10th grader this upcoming year.
I hadn't seen Eufaula do much to the outside. You would think they have a advantage with speed, but hadn't really tried to get to the outside.
And a little indecision that time as
here. That was I don't want it here. You take it type deal. Nobody wanted that one, and that didn't turn out well.
Lost 3 yards on that play. So the Tigers needed 3. They lost 3. So it goes from 3rd and 3 to 4th and 6.
Wingate standing there waiting. They're going to go for it, not opt for the field goal.
If we didn't lose the yardage, they might have opted for the field goal. But after that last kick, and Jalen Wright's going to throw the ball. He throws it accurately. Nice catch. Going down low is Zakai Steele, and the Tigers convert again for the first down to the 6-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Tigers from the 6. That was a 15-yard gain on that pass play. Nice throw that time by Jalen Wright. Wright takes it, looking to throw again. He has a man out there. He throws it up in the end zone.
Good
ball. Adjustment. 50-50 ball. It pays off. It's going to be a touchdown for the Tigers. A nice throw. He hung it up there, and it was Ben. I'm trying to see who the receiver was. Can you see it's number 8. Thomas Hill. So 6 yards for the Tiger touchdown.
Yeah, that was when it came out of his hands, you kind of held your breath a little bit. It was definitely going to be a jump ball. Hill did a great job of going up and getting it.
So in for the point after touchdown. Kicks up by Wingate. That looks more like it. He gets a good foot in it, and it's good. So now the Tigers lead 10-0 here in the 3rd quarter. Tigers converted the 4th down there, and they put it in the end zone. So first play following the 4th down conversion. Valley now will have it again. I guess they'll keep doing it from the 25. It's basically like an overtime. A college overtime, that is, because in high school they still put it at the 10-yard line. To begin with, it seemed like it was going to be a quick night, Doug, but I think it kind of slowed down a little bit here. 5:53 to go in the 3rd. Valley out for their 2nd possession here in the 3rd quarter, still looking for their first down of the 3rd quarter. They're going to hand it off inside and nothing doing. That was finding big holes early in the game, but the Tigers defense have certainly made adjustments, and they hold it for no gain.
I'm going to tell you, so far, bright spot for Eufaula, I have to say, is the defense. I mean, they gave up some yardage there in the first quarter to start the game, but since then they've done an exceptional job of closing down Valley.
So 2nd down 10 now from the 25-yard line. Shotgun formation once again. It's going to be a quarterback keeper this time, trying to sweep around the left side. He does lower his shoulder and picks up positive yardage this time. It's going to be a gain of 6 down to the 19-yard line. So a 6-yard gain.
Number 4 is the quarterback that originally started the game, I think, at quarterback.
He is. It is Tylen Carroll. And he had some big runs in the first quarter, the first possession for them. I know he converted 2 different first downs on running plays, and he picked up 6 yards there. So a good, strong runner. When he's not been playing quarterback, he has shifted to the running back position. So it's almost like a single wing formation for them when he is at quarterback. He's going to keep it this time, trying to sweep the left side. He's not going to pick up. It was a good job that time getting penetration with Kevion Lamons. He forced him back deep into the backfield. Now, nifty run, nevertheless, for Carroll, because he ended up picking up a yard on that play.
Lamons is a name we're glad to have back on the defense. You'll hear a lot out of him this coming year.
He looks like he might be just a little bit bigger than he was last year. He's a pretty good athlete down there in the pads. 4th and 3 from the 18-yard line. 4th and 3 for Valley. They'll break the huddle this time. They actually huddled up. It'll be 3 receivers to the right and 1 to the left. Now, the one in the left is going to come in motion. It's going to just be student body trying to run to this side. Tigers are there. They bring him down for a loss of 2 yards on the play. It'll turn the ball over on downs to the Tigers. Doug, still no first downs for Valley since the very first possession of the game.
Yeah, they just kind of backslid a little bit. They got a lot of holes to fill themselves, and it's not like we saw them a lot last year and everything, but we do know they had some exceptional athletes that graduated. So apparently this is going to change now. It's going to be a 10 and in situational from here. We'll go down to John Wayne here in a minute, and maybe he's got an update on probably this last session for both will be 10 and in.
3:35. So the Tigers hand it off, and Ty McCoy is back in at quarterback. He hands it off to they're umpiring. Still haven't seen that. I think it was to Jalen Wright. No gain on the play. Second goal from the 10. So handed to Wright again, and he's going to be tackled for a 3-yard loss this time.
Let's go down to John Wayne and see if anything's new. What you got, John Wayne?
Coach just called timeout. I notice every time, and I mentioned this a little bit earlier, we got trips on one side, the weak side, outside linebacker blitzes. We go an even spread. Both outside linebackers are blitzing, and the safeties are picking up man-to-man. But, I mean, a running back out into the flat on the weak side will be a walk into the end zone. Coach called timeout right now. I think you talked about they hadn't gained a first down since their first position. You look over at their linemen, they leaning over their knees, and they walking off the field. I think it's a little bit of conditioning on them big boys, and this May weather's got them.
I'll tell you what, it may be some May weather, but it's the coolest weather we've had in a few weeks anyway, probably since they've been out for the spring. Just feels good with the rain. Tell you what, it's a good night to in Eufaula to sit out on the front porch and look at the lake or whatever. So.
I was just thinking that you got your views off the front porch for sure. I was thinking sitting on the back porch on a night like tonight. It's really pleasant.
Hey,
weather.
you can get some views of the ball field. You just call Lauren Streeter and she'll put you right over there.
That's right.
Do a short walk for the kids to school. Let's see what Eufaula's got here on a 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal from the 13. McCoy, the quarterback, takes a snap. He's dropping back. He's going to throw it. It's in the end zone. It's a touchdown. Whatever they called on the timeout, it certainly worked. That was a Zakai steal for the 13-yard touchdown. So the Tigers have 4 plays over 10 yards through the air tonight, a 14-yarder on a screenplay. They converted 2 fourth downs, one for 16 yards, one for 15 yards. They convert that 3rd down and goal for the 13-yard line for a touchdown. So the Tigers have shown some life through the air, and they lead 16-0. Good strong throw that time by McCoy, though. He fired it in there, and Steele had created the separation. He went down and caught that pass. Cooper Wingate's point after touchdown's up and good. So 17-0, the Tigers lead. 2:47 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
All right.
Valley will take it back over.
First half, Valley got very deep in Tiger territory, and then we, of course, went for it on 4th down, deep in our own territory.
And they got it back.
So have they been – I don't think they've been this deep, 10 yards and in, situational, but they were, 15, 20 yards out.
They got to the 25-yard line, I think. I think the 25 was as deep as they went. I can tell you just a minute. Then we gave it back to them at the 26-yard line, I think it was.
Well, this will definitely be their chance to punch one in here. We'll see if they go back to that run game that they started the game with tonight that was so successful. But, Eufaula was in a 3-man front at that time, and since has gone to a 4-man front and slowed that up a little bit.
So they're going to run reverse this time, and they converted. He's going to take it he's going to take it in the end zone. It's going to be a touchdown. He almost mishandled the exchange on that reverse, and it was actually behind his head, it looked like, part of the time.
It was bouncing around there for a second. Sure was.
And so when he finally regained a possession of it or got possession of it, he was able to run hard in. He actually met Tiger defender around the 5, but good strong running. He made it in the end zone. It's a touchdown for Valley. So 17-6 now is the score. They'll try the point after touchdown. So Eufaula will get the ball back again in this situational 3rd quarter. Kicks up. Kick is good. So 17-7 now is the score in favor of Eufaula. .236. This is kind of dragging along at this point. For the reverse. So now it looks like McCoy will be at quarterback. He'll have Jalen Wright flanked to his right. I'm going to tell you what, Wright and Slaughter both running backs have looked pretty good in this game. It'll be Slaughter this time. Slaughter, he got tripped. A shoestring tackle prevented him scoring from the 10. As it is, it's only going to be a 3-yard gain, but he shot out of there pretty fast on that carry once he got possession of the football.
Yeah, the flow was going to the left, and he cut back to the right and just about took it straight into the house. Got tripped up a little bit.
So
5-man front for Valley.
So McCoy's going to throw it. It's going to be a fade in the end zone. Has a man there. Great catch. Great catch. Was that Thomas Hill again? I believe so.
Could be a coming out party for Mr. Hill. If you think back a couple of years ago, there was a young man, we just talked about him a while ago, Ra Thomas. We went up and played Central Phoenix City, and Ra caught several long touchdown passes, and that immediately got the attention of a lot of Division I schools. Now, Hill hadn't done the same thing here tonight, but he's made some adjustments on a couple of balls that hadn't hurt his stock at all.
Well, he's caught 2 touchdown passes in this 3rd quarter, so that was a very nice one that time. He went up with one hand to snag that reception.
It's amazing nowadays. They actually practice that every day. The one-handed grabs and,
really?
Being able to catch it with warm-ups and things like that, the one-handed catches. Can you imagine back in our day if you'd have tried to catch it with one hand, the coach would have ran you, chased you over there in the woods somewhere getting after you. But, it's amazing what they do nowadays. 16 checking in for number 4, going to be on defense this time for the Tigers. As Valley, I have another option here as the Tigers lead now 24-7 with Still 2:07 to go on the clock in the third quarter. We did say this was situational here, and again, I've been kind of busy over here. The fourth quarter is going to be younger players.
Younger players. That's
Gotcha.
what we're talking about.
Gotcha.
Probably seeing Forrest Stevenson. There's a pass that's going to be incomplete. Valley trying to put one in the end zone of their own.
Did this guy?
Is it number 18?
Yes.
Okay. 18 did play at quarterback in the first half. That's
Second series.
Malachi McCullough. Yeah. I can already tell, Doug, I'm going to have to bring my binoculars every game.
You know, I've got that set that Eli Gold recommended to me, and it's been a great set. But, you know, I used them during hunting season. They hadn't made their way back to the football bag yet, so I definitely need them tonight.
Handoff up the middle. That play's going to lose yardage. Once again, the Tiger defensive front. Boy, the big man in there flipping over. He's excited. Number 74, we called his name earlier, Jadarius Iglesias, we'll call it. But he was excited, Doug. He did a somersault out there after he made the tackle.
And so these on the roster, our roster, the grade is what they're going to be?
It's got to be because we've got seniors
you're right.
listed.
Yeah. So he will be a, what did I say? 10th grader.
10th grader. Goodness. Third down and goal from the 13. Missed tackle in the backfield. Turned upfield is their former starting quarterback. He took it. That would be Carroll. He took it down to the 5-yard line. So he turned what could have been no gain into an 8-yard gain.
That was the young man we were just talking about that had the big play before that missed him in the backfield that time, and he's going to check out here. But a good effort.
So 4th and goal from the 5. Valley with it at the Tiger 5-yard line. Rolling to the right, looking to throw, setting up and throwing his tip ball. It's going to be it's incomplete. Incomplete. That tip ball, if the Tiger who dove for it could have kept his feet, he'd had a chance at a pick 6 on a return, 95-yard return. That's it is. It's a turnover on downs. And the surprising thing is Valley did score a touchdown on a 10-yard reverse play, but Valley still not with a first down. Looks like more rain moving into the Eufaula area here shortly.
Just south of us right now, but it may shorten this game here in a little bit. They're going to take a break here, maybe at the end of the quarter as the clock's still running. Let's take a timeout too, and we'll be back after this.
Yeah, that makes sense. Otherwise,
break.
that would be it.
Of all the improvements you can make to your home, it could be the most important is not seen or heard, only felt. The ultra-quiet, energy-efficient Carrier Infinity Home Comfort System provides premium comfort with a whole home air purifier that gives you confidence you're breathing healthier air. It's an essential part of any healthy home.
Hey, Tiger fans. Daniel Pulley here, your local Chick-fil-A Eufaula owner-operator. We are so excited to be the official sponsor of the weekly Eufaula Tiger Coaches Show for the 2022 football season. Join us for the live show at Chick-fil-A Eufaula every Thursday starting at 6 p.m. Our incredible team is ready to serve you. And don't forget, eat more chicken.
All right, so as we move into the fourth quarter, your starting quarterback's going to be Forrest Stevenson. And Valley calls a timeout before the Tigers can snap the ball for the first time. So let's write that down. Valley uses their first timeout before the snap of the ball.
Well, maybe they had some of the younger ones not lined up right. Maybe too many men on the field. I don't know. Tell you what, they got you've got their rosters, but is it 34? The linebacker? For these to be the young guys. He's
Logan Seymour. But
they got several, but
but
he looks good sitting in there.
They did not put the class on their roster. All we've got is just a number and a name. All right, so Forrest, take two. Forrest Stevenson, quarterback for the Tigers. He'll have a back flank to his right. That running back will keep it, and he's going to lose yardage, about 4 yards back to the 21-yard line. And
folks, like we talked about spring game, everybody's getting a fresh look. Again, this year we're going to try to bring you more camera angles. We'll have Charles back on camera, and it'll be a better job by far on the main camera. We just hate that he was unable to be here tonight.
Kevin Davis, this time it's Forrest Stevenson who keeps it. And Stevenson slung down for a 1-yard loss. This is kind of getting started the way the first quarter got started. The standpoint of Eufaula ran 3 plays. Actually, they ran 4 plays for a gain of 1 yard.
They're going to let apparently on offense coaches be behind them to help call the plays too with the younger fellows.
Stevenson going to put it in the air for the first time. He throws it up there. It's going to be incomplete. It was actually 2 Valley players that went for it, both looking for the interception. Neither one got it. So 4th and 5 after the incomplete pass. And they did stop the clock on the incomplete pass. I was kind of thinking they might have a running clock here, but apparently they're going to punt the ball away here. Trying to see who's going to be the punter here. Tigers are running. This will be the first punt of the night for Eufaula. It looks like Adam Velasquez Alvarez, number 29.
Good job. I ain't going to call too many times. I was out and checked the weather radar. It might get raining here a little bit.
So here we go. There's no returner out there for Valley yet. They're going to run a man out now late. So it's going to be like we saw earlier for Valley. They've put it twice in the first half, and wherever the punt either rolls dead or is caught.
If he could field it, I'm sure that would.
Left. Oh, boy, what a punt. Nice punt by Alvarez. So
are we going to come up with a nickname for him, or you got that down?
I think I got it. Adam Velazquez. Okay, we'll call him Alvarez. Adam Alvarez.
If you're not doing it right, his mother will let you know. I promise you that.
I know I've got Adam and Alvarez correct. It's the middle name, and I'm going to have to practice it. It was Velasquez, Velazquez. But it's hyphenated, so it actually goes with it. But I heard Rick Butler down there called him Alvarez, so we'll go with it as well. So that was a good punt. That was a 37-yard punt by Alvarez. Handoff. Going to be a positive gain for Valley as he takes it from the 43 out to the 49-yard line.
19 in at quarterback now for them. Is that the was that the one earlier? Was his name Dunn?
I think no, it's Bryant Hopkins. That's the first time he's played so far.
You caught one that earlier was named Dunn. I forgot his first name. I was sitting there thinking if he was from Barber County, he would have a Gitter would be his first name.
Yeah, Gitter Dunn.
Gitter Dunn. Good gain on first down for Valley there, about 6-7 yards.
Yeah, Valley still looking for their first down since the first possession of the game. They did score a touchdown earlier, but no first downs awarded on a touchdown play. So it's going to be a speed sweep, and it's going to be a first down Valley into Tiger territory. He'll take it down to the 43-yard line.
Young guys getting it done. And I like this. The young guys out there, and we talked about it, Jarrell was out there. The coaches are kind of right behind them, making sure, that's got to be a little more comforting for your younger quarterbacks to, if he can't hear the play, he can turn around. The coach is right there. They're not screaming from the sideline. There's no reason you can't do that here in a spring game.
So 1st and 10 Valley from the 43-yard line. Eufaula leads this one 24-7. Going to be a quarterback keeper up the middle. Crosses the 40 inside the 40 to the 39, we'll say. That was Bryant Hopkins once again on the carry for Valley.
There's some starters I was just looking at on the Valley side. Keith, they're up on the sideline. They're watching the younger guys out there instead of over there sitting on the bench talking about what they're going to do on Friday night. That's a good sign.
Yeah, it is a good thing for them. So 3rd down and 6. Keeper, new quarterback in there. He's going to make a man miss. He makes another man miss. He makes a 3rd man miss, and he carries 2 other Tigers across the line to gain. Good enough for a Valley first down to the 30-yard line. So
he had a few moves there. Good carry by the young quarterback.
I think that's the same player for them that actually converted the first down earlier. That was a very nice carry. He's got a little shake and bake to his.
That's 18. He was in on one of the, I think it was 10-yard and in possessions. Maybe it was 25 and in, but he was in there earlier.
So he played in the first 3 quarters, so he's getting a chance against the JV. It's a different animal. Valley with a stiff arm inside the 20 to the 15-yard line. And when you start doing this, Doug,
poor camera work again. We miss Charles.
Yeah. Well, it's Christian Boyd. I don't remember him playing earlier, but there's playing 8th graders. There'll be 9th graders next year, and then there's playing guys that are.
Oh yeah. I'm sure they're young. You think about it. Our quarterback's a freshman, going to be a sophomore, but it is what it is. You got to call them up sometimes.
That's right. So looking to throw, he's going to throw it. He leads the receiver. It's going to be a touchdown. No, good defensive play. My goodness, I thought it was going to be a touchdown, but the Tiger defender came up out of the end zone and really met him with authority at the 1-yard line, and they stopped right there. So it was a positive pass play there for Valley.
Yeah, I was trying to pick up the number. We had the guy that was on coverage. If he would have looked up, he could have probably picked that ball off and went the distance, but he was busy trying to make up ground on the receiver. The receiver did a great job of gathering that in, and they're 1 yard away from scoring.
So 24-7, Eufaula leads. Valley with 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Probably going to be the single back in the backfield with the quarterback that gets this one. No, the quarterback's going to keep it. He's going to go forward. He'll spin into the end zone for the touchdown. That comes with 6:35 to go here in tonight's game.
Kudos to the Valley family fans. It's not a lot, but I'm going to tell you, we've seen regular season games where they don't bring that many folks for a 6 o'clock kickoff on a spring game. We appreciate the effort and them coming down to Tiger Stadium.
Remember, we will not be back with you next week. We will not have a game for you next week.
I hope to be with.
We'll be with you. We'll be around, but we won't be on YouTube or on Facebook with you next week. I haven't heard. I know we've got a regular season game for the 23rd. Have you heard about a preseason? Are we playing a preseason?
Can't do a preseason game if you do a spring game.
I got you. So the next time that we join you will be probably for a coaches show preseason, but then we'll have the next game will be the 23rd of August. And did we say that's a home game with Booker T. Washington? I think it was.
And if you're one of our sponsors or want to be a sponsor, we've got a couple of things already spoken for. The broadcast booth is already taken again by Brown Heating and Air Conditioning, the coaches show and Chick-fil-A, but we do have other things available. Just give us a holler because it could be a very good year for the Tigers.
New quarterback in there wearing gold helmet is it's Malik Lynn. He hands it off at the middle and good stuff. Second effort. It looked like it was going to be no gain on the play, but it's I don't know, maybe it was fumbled because it was a high number wearing a gold helmet. It was that big young man you were talking about, or one of them that came off the bottom of the pile with the football.
Definitely. Oh, yeah, the gold helmet.
Yeah.
He's playing left tackle there, yeah.
There are 3 or 4 gold helmets in the game right now for Eufaula. Nice run across the 30 to the 33-yard line, 4-yard gain on that play. Offense looks like it has a little bit of a little more thrust on this possession. It'll be 3rd down and 2 from the 33-yard line.
I tell you, there's a couple of gold helmets, 77 and 79 are big guys to be coming over from the middle school there.
Handoff up the middle. It's going to be no gain. Hit the line really hard. I'll have to check the number of that running back because he really took the handoff with forward body lean, hit the line hard, but did not have any holes to run through. And it's 86. Tyler Jones.
4th down and about 3.
Tyler Jones listed as a freshman running back. Low snap. Quarterback going to keep it and going to be brought down for a loss of 2. So it'll turn over to Valley. Valley will take over with 4:54 to go in the fourth quarter at the Tiger 31-yard line. So that was a different group altogether than what the Tigers trotted out for their first possession here in the fourth quarter. So
Eufaula has decent numbers for a spring on the sideline over here. Valley's got good numbers themselves, not huge, but they've got plenty to choose from. I mean, there's definitely some competition they can put out there. I wish they had their classes because that 34 is over on offense now. He's playing a slot.
Their ball's on the ground. It's picked up and big hit in the backfield. This is just opinion because it's not based on any fact other than just looking. But I would venture to say I know all the skill guys for Eufaula so far that have played here in the fourth quarter are pretty much so listed as freshmen. I'd venture to say that the skill players for Valley probably are a class or two above that.
Maybe. And we appreciate. I got a note over here earlier. We got some folks from Valley tuning in tonight. We appreciate that. Hope we didn't offend them too bad. Remember, we're homers.
And if they're not, they look very mature. They are very just like the young man running the football right now, number 18. We saw him earlier in the game, Malachi McCullough. He was running. He was actually in at quarterback on the second possession of the night.
I guess I'm going to jinx things here, but normally, and I'm not keeping stats tonight neither, and I know you sometimes keep up with it, but there's a lot going on tonight. 2 penalties I remember on Valley. I don't remember the Tigers having one.
They haven't had one.
And that's very, very unusual for a spring game.
Very unusual. So 3rd and 12 for Valley from the 33-yard line. Looking to throw. He threw it a little behind the receiver. The receiver had to adjust and turn backwards, and it was incomplete. Coaches telling him as well, the Valley coaches, he actually had the receiver open. He would have had to run for the first down, but he had him open in the flats out to the left side, pass back to the inside. So it'll be 4th and 12. That stops the clock with 3:19 to go. 24-14 is the score. Of course, it was scoreless at halftime. It was a situational third quarter. Tigers came out of that with a 24-7 lead. Valley has scored a touchdown here in the fourth quarter. And then we have a 4th and 12 now from the 33.
All right, we're going to go to John Wayne after this play and see what
looking to throw. Quarterback hit the man in the flat.
Oh, and he dropped it.
And he dropped it.
John Wayne, what do you got for us down there on the sideline?
I tell you what, I've heard some interesting things talking to some of the teachers down here. But there was a kid trying to I'm trying to see where his number went. Number 13, not 13. Anyway, there's a kid that's going to be in the 8th grade next year. She said that possibly he's going to be a starter on the varsity. I think it was number 25, Nylon Smith. Nylon Smith said he's going.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, we couldn't hear him there for a second. Go ahead, John Wayne. I'm sorry.
That's I was talking to some of the teachers, and it's number 25, Nylon Smith. Teacher said that it's possibly may be a starter on the varsity next year, and he's going into the 8th grade over at the middle school this year.
That's kind of unheard of at 5A level.
Well, we mentioned him earlier that he was down there wearing a gold helmet. He's standing right at midfield behind the coach, and he's a fairly thick, mature looking young man. And I noted on the roster earlier that he was listed as an 8th grader. That pass from Stevenson is a little high and incomplete. It'll be 3rd down. So let's see. Nyan Smith is listed as a linebacker, an 8th grade linebacker. So if he plays linebacker and starts on the varsity, that is going to be write that one down.
Yeah. Blitz.
3rd. Okay, Stevenson kept it.
Yeah,
I thought he handed it off. I thought he handed it off, but
he gritty. He got close to the 1st down, but yeah, the read on that one would have been give because it would have been a 1st down pretty easy, I think.
Yeah.
So 4th down and 2.5, 3 yards for the Tigers.
So 2:05 and counting. You know, some of the situation was 20. We want to run the play clock down here because with a 10-point lead, the Tigers are probably comfortably ahead. They hand it off to running back this time. They pick up the 1st down and more. Crosses midfield. Nice play that time. Good catch by Stevenson to catch that high snap. He got it to his running back, and that was the young man we talked about earlier. That is that's Tyler Jones, number 80. Wearing number 86. This is a freshman running back. I'm sorry, 82. That was 82. No, it's 86. I'm sorry, 86 in the backfield. Nice run and a 1st down. Eufaula will keep it. It's 1:33 to go.
Well, quick whistle.
And
it may work. The Tigers had a lineman come out, had a problem with his helmet. We'll see.
I think it was a timeout, though. Let's see. I don't see a flag.
There's a flag way over there on the far side.
There is one. Maybe the first penalty against Eufaula. We'll see.
Why would it be way over there, though? That's not up on the line. Is it too many men on the field?
Nope. Substitution against Valley.
Yep. Yeah, just where the flag was thrown in the secondary. Didn't think that was against Eufaula, but you never know.
Tell you what, that was a big conversion on that 4th down.
And they send a guy off late there. Could have been a flag, but
first completion for Stevenson is complete. Out in the flat, it's going to be a Tiger. It's going to be close to a Tiger 1st down. Should be a 1st down.
Kudos
Joel. Do what now?
Kudos to both coaching staffs. You hadn't seen the holding calls. The couple of penalties that Valley's had have been, there was the face mask, which was, obvious, and then just a couple of substitution or whatever. Little indecision there in the backfield.
Yeah. Somebody didn't go right. Stevenson was trying to fake it to one of his backs. The back was just standing there. So he finally said, hey, I'll take it myself. And he went forward for a 3-yard gain. But the previous reception, I was trying to pronounce the last name there. We have some new last names to contend with this year. Joel Kukanchi, Kucanche. Okay, the running back around the left end this time is going to pick up about 3 or 4 more yards down to the 29-yard line.
Maybe one more play here.
Number 27 that time, it was Marcus Stanford. Nice, simple name, Marcus Stanford.
This could be the last play of the game with 24 seconds on the game clock.
Now I'm going to tell you what. I don't know. You've got a roster. I'm going to have to – I don't know. That pass, I don't know if it's interference or what. They do stop the clock with 15.5 seconds. I'm not going to call the whole player's name. I'm just going to – we've got a player listed on the roster. I haven't noticed him in the game, Doug, but if you've got the Eufaula roster, you need to take a look at Little Funky Joe.
No.
Pass play. Stevenson lets it fly. It's going to be tipped and incomplete. Yes.
You're for real.
Yeah.
Little Funky Joe Richards.
This is a linebacker. I was looking down the roster at some of the names because we've got I'm just going to call a few names just randomly here. But
you going to call him Little Joe or Funky Joe?
We'll see when that time comes. Depends on the circumstances during the game. We've got Diego Francisco. Okay, so it'll be 1st and 10 Valley with 9.9 seconds to go. They have a play or two, depending on what they decide to do. But
hey, look at the weather radar. They take a knee and get on the bus. Woo,
that's
so
right.
Get wet.
Yeah, I would be in favor of we've got things to break down. We got to get the tripod and things down. The camera is outside. If it started raining right now, the camera gets wet. Actually, that would probably end our broadcast. We got to cover, but if it was driving, blowing rain.
That's only 1 or 2 plays I think will be good, hopefully. See what they got here.
Got to hand it off up the middle, break into the outside, broken initial containment. That'll be your final play unless they call a timeout, and they do not. So that's it, folks. 24-14. Tigers victorious in this spring jamboree, spring scrimmage, whatever you want to call it, here from Tiger Stadium. Saw some positive things, Doug. I mean, young players, but there's definitely some talent on this team and some decent size on the line. Defense definitely adjusted after that first possession for Valley. So some encouraging things looking forward to the 2024 season. You want to take it down to John Wayne?
Yeah, let's see what John Wayne's got. I tell you what, let's keep it here just a minute. We'll get with John Wayne as soon as he talks to Coach and tell us his thoughts on it. And normally we would do an interview with Coach, and John Wayne's real good about that. But with our changing mics at literally the last second tonight, we're having to improvise, and John Wayne's done a good job of relaying the messages. And yeah, I sit here and look. You know, we talked about we had a lot of players, we do, but Valley's got just about as many as we got. So good turnout for both teams in the spring. We saw some positive things from both teams. They'll both be a tough out on people's schedule this year in 5A football.
Yeah. Of course, these two teams back in the 80s were in the same area. It was Smith Station Valley. Yeah. Smith Station Valley and Eufaula way back when. And these teams played every year. And a lot of times it was you know, out of Valley and Eufaula and Smith Station, one of those teams wasn't going to make the playoffs.
You know,
so
I think it was 1978 Eufaula won the state championship, but only the winner of your region or your area at the time got to go to the playoffs. And I think it was a 7-6 ball game between these two. So it's always
a lot of competitive games over the years between these two. As a matter of fact, the very first game I ever did, and doing play-by-play, I was doing color that year with Gil Anthony, but very first game doing play-by-play was at Valley at the old stadium there, and where we had one big room, one big table everybody sat at, and Valley beat us that night 31-3.
I can remember going to Valley and having to stand move out of the way for people to go up and down in the upper levels. That's right.
Had the ladder right there behind you, right beside of you, to go upstairs. So
let's go down to John Wayne. Maybe we can get a little bit from Coach. What you got, John Wayne?
They settle down after that. We just got to work on running to the ball and tackle. That's one thing. Okay. People got to work on. Offense, we just got to get some key pieces back. My center, he's out, Curry out. So they kind of mixed up the whole line right there. So we had to bring a guard to the center and bring a reserve in. So we got to get them all together. Okay. Thank you, Coach. That's all. All right, Mr. Bill. Coach really was happy with his defense off that first drive like we talked about all night. Defense settled in and did their job, a great job, and he was very pleased with his defense. He said something that I didn't know. Starting center was out tonight, so he had to move a guard to center at the last minute, so that's what took offense a little bit, a little bit of struggles there, but starting center was not in the game tonight. But it said, I talked to Coach Mayo. He was pleased with the effort. He said, we're just one player away, and that could have been that center, So, but overall, I think Coach and staff's happy. They know there's some work to be done,
But with the effort here in the spring, with just a few weeks they practice, I think overall they're very proud of the Tigers.
Yeah, I agree, John Wayne. And when you consider, like you said, that the starting center did not play, Xavier Dennis on defense didn't play. He's going to be a difference maker on defense. Defense looked good without him, but you add him into the mix, and maybe another player or two we don't know. There were several guys that were out here in street clothes that didn't play.
Yeah, having Dennis in there could be huge. I mean, that could have been the difference to start with when they kind of was picking up those first downs in that first series. You know, having somebody with the experience of Dennis and the size of Dennis, we might could have stayed in the 3-man front and not had to went to the 4-man front as we did later. So, you know, there is some good things. We didn't realize we were missing a few pieces that we were missing tonight.
So based on that, very encouraging as we head into the season. Of course, as we said, 3 months and 14 days away. Tigers will be right back here on this field August 23rd to take on the Booker T. Washington Eagles. Of course, Booker T. Washington, a nice deep run into the playoffs this past season. And, of course, they were in the 4A level. They moved up to 5A this year. We have 2 new teams in our region that did so, Booker T. and the Catholic Knights out of Montgomery. Then, of course, Andalusia also moving into the region with the Tigers next year. So football season right around the corner after a short summer, and we'll be here before you know it.
You practice those names. And by the way, I got a note over here that Joe's a great kid and prefers to be called Joe. So
okay,
put that on your notes.
That's great. Okay. You know, I had been sitting here with this roster in front of me the entire game. Actually, since I printed it today, had not noticed that until I said it. So,
folks, if you know Keith, maybe you have insurance with him or you run into him. The stories he could tell you about rosters and names, just ask him sometime. You will be amazed.
Yeah, we've had some names over the years for sure. Yeah, we'll leave it at that for now. But I guess John Wayne has made his way off the field. We're going to try to beat the rain before it moves in here. We got several things to break down. So, folks, we appreciate you joining us tonight. Exciting game here from Tiger Stadium for John Wayne Robinson, Doug Applin, Charles Urban, who couldn't be with us tonight. We hope he gets to feeling better soon. And I'm Keith Bryan, wishing a good night, a good weekend, and a great summer. And we'll be back with you in the fall. Go Tigers.